Liquid IV. One stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone.
Liquid IV has incredible hydration flavors like golden cherry, pear, strawberry, popsicle, firecracker. Are you not an American if you don't ask for Liquid IV popsicle firecracker? You know what? I wish I knew a way to get Liquid IV.
Oh, you mean to get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use promo code SLOB at checkout?
What? Wait, that's what?
That's 20% off of anything you order when you use promo code SLOB at liquidiv.com.
Remember, guys, that's 20% off anything you order when you use promo code SLOB at liquidiv.com.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was telling you what we were talking about, the headphones like warping your skull, right?
Oh, yeah.
And like when you have buzzed head, it looks ridiculous. Dude, that's how I feel about my feet being in shoes all day. Mm-hmm. And like having them,
just actual shoes.
Yeah, just like these shoes right here, right? Uh-huh. It's like, I don't know why I've been not obsessing over it because it's not that big of a deal. I still wear shoes, but it does annoy me that my toes get cramped.
Do they?
Yeah, bro. Like your foot should naturally be like nice and wide like that. You know? But a shoe, what it does, it shifts them in. So if you notice, you probably have it because you wear those shoes.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
If you notice in your toe, if you take off your sock, you notice your toe is gonna go in like this. And it shouldn't. It should be just, you know.
They make baby shoes like that.
They make baby shoes
because they're trying to start baby. They're trying to start them young to like comfortably have your feet spread. Your toes should be able to spread in your shoes.
100%. Well, yeah, you have a baby right now, so you know.
How'd you know
that you have a baby? Mm-hmm. Well, I just assumed you look like you have a baby.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day to both of you.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah, man.
Little late, but thanks.
Yeah, hey.
No, hey, right?
Hey.
Better late than never. But never late is better. No, so you think you get that with your feet?
So I get a little.
Do your toes overlap on each other?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no. Feet. So low key, like I've been trying to be better about not wearing shoes all day, every day. Mm-hmm. So like if I get home, kick my shoes off and take my socks off because I don't want my feet to be crammed that way, right? I mean my shoes fit. Right, they're a size 11, and they fit.
Whoa, all right, dude. All right.
You know what they say? No.
Flexing on the podcast.
So, but they fit, but still, it's not. They're not made for your toes to be like naturally, placed.
Yeah, I mean, we could have it as bad as the girls though. They wear, bro, like those pointed like
stilettos,
like heel or anything. Yeah, that's like pointed. It's like, wait, what do your feet look like inside that?
That's why Daddy wears his wide New Balance.
Yeah,
he's wearing baby shoes, dude.
Yeah, no, more power to you, man.
And they're suddenly cool again.
They're dope. They're real dope.
People tell me I have a nice shoe. I'm like, bro, I've been wearing these for so long. When I first, early on in dating my girl, I went to visit her grandparents when they were still alive. And I was like talking to her grandpa for like maybe an hour. And I noticed he just kept like looking at my shoes. And I had some white and navy New Balance.
Oh, like the dad shoes, bro. Straight up.
Yeah,
straight
like Big Five,
lawnmower,
$34. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, and this is like, over 10, 12, 15 years ago or whatever. And so he keeps looking. And then all of a sudden I realize we're wearing the same shoes.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the?
Like why are you wearing the same shoes as me?
Yeah, like even he was like, I'm 80, bro.
He's like, you need some money for some Air Forces, bro?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're like, chill out.
Marry my granddaughter?
Chill out, old man, all right? These are actually pretty hip, all right? I'm actually cool.
Little do you know, in 15 years, these are going to be back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you guys don't know, Emil's a trendsetter, so yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, there are rules to the podcast now, just because we got to be careful. Mm-hmm. So in the first 10 minutes, we can't curse, all right? If for some reason you just have to say the word, we get it. I'll bleep it. But all I ask is if you curse, just Give us a clap.
Give us one of those.
Help me in the editing. Cool. It's just the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
We'll start a timer. And look, see, it's already trying to start. That's the one that was going off.
Boom.
Clap.
Oh, shit. All right, he's got it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Slobs on the Pod. I'm your host, Jordan. To my right, Emil Shaya.
Hi.
And I'm very excited, guys. We have a guest on the show today. Everybody, give it up for a good friend of mine, Jair Delgadillo, everybody.
I appreciate it.
There you go.
Everybody.
Welcome, buddy. Welcome.
Thank you. That was a good welcome, dude.
What's
I
that?
appreciate that.
You like that?
Yeah, that was
yeah.
good.
Well, earlier he called me to tell me he was here, and I guess I had like a not so happy tone in my voice. He's like, "Why are you mad at me?" And I was like, "Do I sound mad?" So I had to like fix myself, and then I realized like, oh, like maybe I'm like in a shitty mood. I don't know. I didn't realize it.
You did better the second time.
Thank you. It's the girl. It's the kid. You know, waking up.
I get it.
Dude, they're so annoying.
I get
You know,
it.
I got to take care of them. I got to make sure they get places. I'm sorry. All right.
You know what's funny?
You?
Well, aside from that,
Yes.
I wake up at like 5:36, the latest, with my dogs. It's only because of my dogs. The smallest one, he'll be. Sorry about that. I cussed.
Good, thank you.
The smallest one, he's like on me. Like I wake up and the first thing I see is him hovering over me like this, like on me like
With
that.
his double chin looking down.
Yeah, literally like this, and his ears are hanging like that. And he's pretty much telling me like it's time to wake up. I need to go outside and pee. And I cannot even imagine if what woke me up was a crying baby. I would, yeah. I don't know if I would be like startled every morning, or if I'd just kind of naturally be like, okay, it's time. Like, got to do dad stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because when we first had him for like the first, because my girl had a C-section, so she was kind of like she couldn't really help herself, and I had to go right back to work like the following week.
Yeah.
So she stayed in town with her parents for a while. So for like the first week or two, he wasn't sleeping with me yet. So when they finally came back to the house, the first night he slept with us, like I woke up because I heard crying, and I forgot that I had a kid for a split second, and it scared the shit. I was like, why the do I hear crying? And then I was like, oh, my kid. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it's a scary thing at first, but he just wanted to go outside, so that's why.
Is it? Well, Emil can even answer this. Is it like a natural body thing where it's like you got a kid now and you just know, like dad mode engaged?
For me, it's not so much like a natural, like people who are like, oh, my kid was born and everything. I just like knew, you know, like that's no, but you go to bed expecting the baby to cry.
Yeah.
Like the baby cried throughout the day too. You know what I mean? So you're like in the mode of like, I'm listening out for the baby. It's hungry. It's dirty. You know, like things need to happen. So that doesn't necessarily shut off when you go to bed. So you're not like startled. Maybe in the beginning you go from, you know, living the first 20, 30 years of your life. Like when I pass out, I pass out. Like no one wakes me up, to just like now there's this constant thing. But no, I don't think it's like biological, you know what I mean? But it's also not as shocking because you expect it. Like you go into it, like parenthood is such a scary thing to enter in general.
Yeah.
That you're like, all right, so something's gonna wake me up twice tonight.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
And I think for the first like week, him waking up, it wasn't like here we go again. I was more like excited. Like I looked forward to, because that's what I planned. Like he said, like that's what I assumed was going to happen. It was going to be woken up by crying babies for a while. And so when it first happened, I was like, you know, 2 a.m, let's go change his diaper. Like it was a fun thing to do. It wasn't as exhausting because it was like, oh, this is what you do now. You're a dad and you have a kid, and like this is what's expected.
Right.
Because I think it's very weird that people just have a kid and they're like, you know, this kid cries. You know they do that. It's like, you know, what?
Did you know they?
Yeah, you know I got to change his diaper. Like, oh.
Sorry, you can't say that. I thought that was
That's a good
politically
one.
correct.
I think it's fine,
Dude,
but we're scared.
Yeah, let's on 3. Let's do a clap on like all together.
Okay.
All right,
Got it.
1, 2, 3.
That was.
You guys are catching on.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
it.
good.
I like it. But yeah, guys. I guess we can start now. If you guys don't know, everybody, Jair is a photographer / videographer / men's baseball league. What do you play? Catcher? No, third base.
Right field.
Really? Look
Yeah.
at you.
Oh yeah.
Dude, have you seen the layout of like the positions and like what they say? Like
What
if
they're
you play
actually-
this, like
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
the right field, you're like
If you're in right field, you suck. Yeah.
well, like he's like he really likes baseball, but he's not like the best player.
See, I'm not a baseball guy at all, so you got to explain these things to me.
Okay, so
Where do you play if you're like
A boss,
Ball,
like legit, shortstop for sure.
yes,
But okay.
Yeah, that's a
So this
scary
is this
position.
is all very like extreme ends of the spectrum. In Little League, for example, if you play pretty much anywhere on the infield, you're pretty good.
yeah,
And if you play center field, you're also pretty good.
or you're fast or something.
Left
Yeah.
field, you're all right. Right field, you're probably not the best one on the team.
okay,
You're probably not the best like top 8 on
because
the
the
team.
probability of the ball coming to you
Coming you is a
lower.
little bit lower.
Not a lot of
Why?
lefties,
Yeah, exactly. Because there's not a lot of lefties. Not a lot of balls are probably gonna get hit over there. So like right now, dude, I'm playing on a men's league, and shit, dude, like four of our guys played like actual pro ball, like in Mexico,
Oh, okay.
and then I want to say like about 6 of us played college baseball. And then the rest of us have like a good idea. Like we went
You
up
just
until
really
high
like
school
baseball.
and we still like playing the game, right? So I got to play college baseball and other guys played college baseball. A few of us are way ahead of what my skill set was. So it's like, dude, how am I going to try to play catcher when we have a kid who just stopped playing in the pro league in Mexico in that position,
Yeah.
3 years ago? It's like, no, he's fine. Leave him there. and so like, well, I tell Chris, my buddy who made the team, I'm like, dude, you don't even have to play me in the field. I'll DH, and I'm more than happy with that because we got some studs. And first and foremost, I want to win. And if that requires me to be on the bench and then just get my at bats, like I'm more than happy with that.
That's being in a team sport.
Heck
man.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So I play right field when it's needed. If not, I'm more than happy being the DH and just doing my best. And doing my best has been not bad because I was surprising myself. I was getting base hits and I'm like, I feel like I'm hitting better than when I was actually playing.
Damn. And if you guys don't know, this is like fast pitch, like baseball. It's not
Oh,
softball. It's not a men's
it's
softball.
baseball. Yeah,
it's
it's
straight
baseball.
up baseball. They have like a pitcher who's like throwing like heat.
Yeah.
Shout out James Coos.
Yeah. The man.
Yeah, dude. But so when I saw it, I was like, this is so fucking cool. Thank you.
It's so
It's dope.
difficult. It's
Yeah.
so difficult not to have like those extra words.
It's just how we talk.
That's how lazy we are. Huh? We have filler words, dude.
We can't come up with other adjectives. It's literally just like this F word, B word.
I kind of almost just want to be like, go ahead and curse, and then I'll
bleep
go through the
everything
struggle of like 10 minutes. I'll just watch at least the 10 so I can bleep it. But yeah, so I was very excited when I saw this. I just wish I would have known about it, because I have some, I played baseball in high school. I'm a baseball fan. It would have been nice if I got invited to at least even try out.
Right.
But I'm not somewhat like I don't have time to try out because I got like a kid and stuff. But maybe you could pass me
word?
along. Yeah,
Pass the
I
word
can.
down.
I have a sponsor me tape. We could check.
Let's check it out. Yeah, let's see it.
What position did you play?
I played right field.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Nah,
we got one of those.
Hey, pass that along.
I played right field and pitcher. All right.
Okay.
I'm a lefty.
But you're left-handed.
I'm a
exactly.
lefty. Yeah. So it
it's
kind of
different.
threw him off. So yeah, guys. This is my little sponsoring. Nothing special. We can
Nothing
just check
crazy.
this
Let's
out.
check it out.
To those shades. Here at
That's not me, by the
Those
way.
are some good shades.
It's not me.
pulled foul.
Wow.
Hey, what a catch!
Dude.
Sign him up.
Sign him up.
That's my ex. Don't look at
Yeah, I was gonna say, who you
He went
with?
over the wall to
My sister.
clear that one.
Who's the bangs that you're with that took a
How
girl
about
with
this
it?
chair? How about that? That's the play of the year
Hey.
so far by a thing.
Bro.
Right.
So you think you put in a good word for
When
me?
was
That's
this?
a good catch.
So all right, I forgot. I never showed
I never
you
see
this.
this. Can you play it again?
Yeah, I got you.
I like it a lot. Look at you.
Those shades.
You're so happy and full of life.
Dude, I mean, okay.
You should probably get back with that girl. You were so happy.
Pulled foul. Hey, what a catch!
Oh!
Sign him up.
Oh, God.
Okay, real quick.
You have to edit that out.
Can you can you go
Went over the
can you
wall,
go back to where you make the actual catch and just pause it there?
It's right here.
Up out of
Right
his chair.
there. Okay, cool. Okay, that was a great catch. And then I like how the ball girl was like,
She thought
he got it.
No, she got up like she was like, oh, like it's my time to shine.
Well, her first
Stole it from that bitch.
Her first steps were that, but then she saw that glove come out and she knew. It's like, oh, he has it.
Yeah. So a little backstory. So this was I want to say 2013. Look at that.
Your palm got tore up right there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
It hurt. It hurt like a motherfucker.
I bet.
You might have hit your rib cage on the wall.
So in the moment, so if you see, I do a little extra lean. Like I pretty much had it, but I still was like, oh,
Yeah.
to make it seem like more dramatic. In my head, I was like, I'm gonna roll on the field. Luckily, I didn't. Something in my brain told me not to do that.
Don't do that, yeah.
I found out later on. Even had I fell on the field on accident, you get kicked out and you get
Suspended, right? Or like
I think you get like banned from the field, like for the rest of your life, whether it's an accident or not. So luckily I didn't. But
this was perfect. The announcers shouted you out.
they gave you a
gassed you up a
replay.
little bit,
yeah,
yeah.
dude, that was great.
yeah, we'll watch it one more time. I mean,
Yeah,
Why not?
dude.
Why
They
not?
gave you a replay.
this is honestly like
This is huge.
Blow.
So, okay, side note. Okay, there's a lot to this. All right, so first off, this is 2013, all right? I was just about to join the military. I was being like a little bitch, so I was like, no more clapping. I think we're past the 10.
Okay, just in case.
Please, no. Hold your applause.
Hold your applause, hold on. Let me finish. Right before, I was like, man, like, what if I die or something? So I'm a huge baseball fan. So I went to like 8 baseball games before I was about to get shipped out. So this is the last one I had gone to. The game went to like 13 or 14 innings.
Oh wow.
We were there till like 1 a.m. The Padres ended up winning, I think, like 4-3,
4-3.
maybe like in a walk-off. It was like the greatest game I'd ever been to. And this happened, top of the fourth?
Yeah.
So it was just like a great moment in my life. Honestly, it's probably like this video and then my kid and then the podcast.
This is the top.
This is the top.
I can't believe I haven't seen it before.
I like that I haven't shown it because
It's so
you get
good,
like a
dude.
real reaction.
Bro, it's so good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And this is one of those things I don't like to really. I'm not braggadocious, but this, bro,
That's cool.
I love this. This is like the coolest thing ever. This
It
is
is
like
really
a
cool.
bucket list thing. Let alone like had it been like in the outfield, had I caught like a home run ball, cool. But this is like I had to reach for this thing. It didn't come at me. I had to like really make a play almost. So there's that. So if you look, do you see this guy right here? Clapping kind of weird, the back with a funny hat. So he's
He's in a wheelchair?
yeah. So he's like paralyzed or something from like the waist down or something. And when I caught the ball, his brother is the guy next to him, smiling. I caught the ball. The guy came to me and he was like, dude, he was like, yo, amazing catch. He's like, you saved my brother. Because if you watch, had I missed that ball, it would have smacked that dude right in the face. And when you watch the video back, I don't know if like he just had like slow reflexes, but he doesn't put his hands up. He just goes.
He's like, oh.
So he would have took it straight to the face.
like he braced just a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you gave it to the guy in the wheelchair.
I honestly thought you were gonna say that
No.
too.
I was going to be like, wow, you're fucking amazing. But yeah.
Nah, dude. That's my nah.
You made a play. It was your ball. You have the ball still.
Dude, mine is not as
No, it's at my house. But yeah, I'll bring it.
Mine is not as cool. I caught a ball. It was like a high ball. So it was like a foul ball, and it was super high. And I was watching it, and I can see that it's getting closer and closer to us. And we're like down the third base line, a few rows up in the Diamondback Stadium, and I'm watching it, and the people around us start getting up, and so I get up with them. Mostly so that I don't get smacked while I'm sitting there just looking at it.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it, I was like, oh, this is coming right at us. So it's like, it's dropping down. And I put my hands up like this. And at this point, I'm playing baseball every day. Like, I'm practicing, whatever. And I put my hands up and I'm like, yeah, I'm either catching this or it's going to pop off my hands. But yeah, dude, it literally just like fell into my hands and everybody started cheering. And I was like, why the fuck are you cheering?
But but don't you feel like the man though?
Yeah,
like
you do.
you're
You
the
definitely do.
star for like 5 minutes.
for like
Where
30
people like
seconds.
where people coming around you like bro like
that was awesome. Yeah.
dude, because like at the time I was 18, I think.
Yeah.
So people were coming down like, "Can I buy you a beer?" Like it was dope, dude. People were like, I thought like everyone was just like, "Well, what are you gonna do with the baseball?" Like it was all crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna chill. I don't know.
Did like a big time player hit that ball?
Nah, I don't.
It
Know.
was
It was someone from
some
Blue
guy on the
Jays.
Blue Jays, right?
Yeah, some loser.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Major League Baseball player, some loser.
Loser. Some
Well,
guy who
he hit a
followed
foul
his
ball.
dream and had God given talent to get him there.
And given the score and the inning, he's probably like a little bit higher up in the lineup, so it means he's pretty good.
But and you know what sucks? So now, I don't know how many years back, but on the sides right there, they put up a
Net.
screen now, a net, because people were
Getting
going
smoked, bro.
They were going to a baseball game and not paying attention, especially when you're sitting there, bro. Every time I go to a baseball game, I take a glove, even if I'm 31 years old. If I take a glove, I know I look dumb, but hey, who's gonna look fucking dumb when I catch it with a nice ass glove?
Didn't look
opposed
dumb.
to you
Didn't
catching-
look dumb in that replay.
Thank you, Emil.
I caught it barehanded.
Did you?
So yeah.
Oh, shit.
Come on, bro.
Yo, what about the people that catch it in their beer cups?
Oh, that's gangster.
that a thing?
dude.
Yes. Oh,
That's
I'll pull the
gangster.
video. Dude, there's a video of a guy
With the baby.
with a baby.
and then the beer, and then fucking catches it.
And then
Yeah.
he catches it, and then there's obviously a little bit of beer left, and he just chugs it with
Chugs
the baseball
it.
in there.
That's sick.
That's
Out of
so
the year.
fucking hard. That's probably like, that tops mine for sure.
Oh,
All
100%.
Oh, dude.
right, guys. relax.
Baby beer
200%.
and chug what's left. Come on.
Like, yeah.
You know that in your heart. You know that. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You'll always know that.
Yeah, I would have gave some beer to the baby.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, buddy.
All right.
Cut
So
the
yeah,
camera.
That's the part of you that wanted to roll onto the field. You always got to do a little too much.
yeah. Take that
Well,
extra mile.
The only thing I regret now is like I've definitely changed into like a more outgoing, like upbeat person opposed to how I was in high school. So I wish I would have. I wish I would have ripped my shirt off. I wish I would have made a big old scene.
Buddy, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
You were,
Dude.
you,
That's
were-
what- I'll
you were
never
a
get that
happy
shot again.
fan. They shouted you out. No,
Dude,
no.
it was
You
what
never
it needed
want-
to be.
Yeah,
It was what it needed to be.
you never want to do too much in those
Yeah.
situations.
I should have been a piece of shit though, and because it wasn't a Padre player, I'd throw it back on the field.
See, that would be more respectable if they hit a home run. If they scored on that, if they scored on that
I don't want
play,
this one.
yeah.
It score ends up
So
being,
like in New York, like they'll like chant like throw it back, and then like you toss it in and they go crazy,
I think
when it's the opposing team.
yeah, I'd find like a little kid or something that's a fan of that, and I think I'd give it to them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's always respectable. Like if you give it to the kid, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
But
but
you
actually,
didn't,
no,
you didn't give it to the handicap guy. But
You know,
He should have caught it himself,
he
dude.
should have been a little younger.
should have took his glove.
Should have took his glove. Yeah, his brother should have caught it for him. But yeah, so maybe you could pass that on.
I got you, man. I'll do my best,
No, actually,
I'll
I'm
do my
gonna
best.
go to your next game for sure,
dude.
It's
Yeah, come.
Where the games are in town?
They're in San Luis, Arizona.
Okay,
in the States, so it's safe.
Yeah,
close enough.
still
close
within boundaries.
Even if it wasn't. In,
No, because anytime my girl's like, we're going to San Luis, I'm like, AZ or Max? She'll be like, AZ. I'm like, all right, I'll go.
I go to both, dude. I don't care.
I
I
don't know.
love going to Mexico, dude. I love it.
I do, but something about me as I got older, like I'm more aware of like consequences and like
For
things
sure.
that could possibly happen.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes sense. When you're a kid, you're just very carefree because you haven't like wrecked,
You don't got
or
that
you haven't
callus of, like,
yeah, you don't
bad
have that, like you don't know
experiences.
what could happen. You just hear things, but
Yeah.
obviously in time I've flipped on like razors and I've gotten hurt in like doing stuff. So like now even when I go riding, I'm very like, oh fuck because
But where did that happen?
what?
The flipping and the razors and like things like that.
Algolfo, Glamis.
Oh, okay.
It's happened like six
enough.
times.
Fair enough.
I flip a lot.
What I was gonna say is like, but you've done that all in the States. Like, why are you shaming Mexico for all your shitty mistakes?
Well, he's just saying in general, he's like
Okay.
a more apprehensive, like
Gotcha.
like he's, things worry you more as you get older.
Yeah,
That's
so now,
fair.
going back, thank you. Going back to the Mexico thing, now I'm more aware of like things that can happen,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to when I was a kid, I was just like, I'm safe because I'm with my parents and I'm not looking at my surroundings. As now that especially now if I take my kid,
Yeah.
now it's like, oh man, like
You're on
there's-
everything.
It's
Yeah.
just it's Mexico, you know what I'm saying? And like no disrespect, obviously I'm Mexican, I love my roots and everything, but you got to be real sometimes. Sketchy shit does go down over there, and it's happened to like my girl and everything. Like
The basis of it, I think, like growing up here, or spending a lot of my youth here, partying in Mexico and stuff, is just it applies anywhere, any country you go to.
oh yeah, for sure.
You got to be respectful. And if you're not respectful, yeah, you're gonna get into some shit. You know what I mean? Can you get preyed on and like get into a bad situation in Mexico? Yeah, potentially. People get their pockets picked in
Spain, Brazil, everywhere.
Exactly. Europe, France. Yeah. So Belgium's a big one.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not a Mexico thing to be like
it's
in
a
danger
human thing.
if you're it's a human thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're very out of place and you're being foolish and you're drunk and you're stumbling and you go with someone down an alley, yeah, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're asking people for weed because you've been partying all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't care where you are in the world, you're gonna get took. You know?
Yeah.
Like, don't be like that. So it's like growing up and partying here and stuff. Like I love it. I haven't been in a while, just because of getting older and family and stuff like that. Like I'm not really hitting my boys up to go to strip clubs in Algodones anymore.
At 2 a.m.
Yeah. I'm not really spending a lot of time at the Green Door anymore, but I used to, and I loved it. And it was just like,
Need a bump?
just that. Yeah.
Need a bump?
No, I don't.
No, dude. Crazy story just happened yesterday, and maybe I'm just overthinking this.
Okay.
So my boy's about to be 1, so we've been.
When you say maybe I'm overthinking this, you probably are.
No, I know I am.
Yeah.
But when you hear it, you're gonna be like, okay. So my kid's about to be 1, so we're looking for venues to throw his party, and it's August, so I don't want to have a half
balls.
indoor, outdoor. We're not having a pool, even a pool party, and that point is still miserable.
Yeah.
So we just want to have an all indoor party, and so we're looking at like some places at like the hotels over there by the river. So we went and we're checking or whatever, and we're about to leave, and in the parking lot there's a bunch of like motorcycles, like Harleys and like dope ones like that. And there's this one, it's a dope bike, but on the front where the shield is, like the little screen, it says "This bike fucks."
Yeah.
And I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, and I was like, and I was passing by and I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And I was like, I gotta take a picture. So I reversed, rolled down my window, and I record. And then I was like, just in case you guys are wondering, this bike fucks. Dude, there was a truck like in the same parking lot, like kind of hidden in the corner.
Yeah.
It was daytime too, like 2:30 in the afternoon. This dude, big dude, like maybe like 6'3", maybe like 300 something pounds, all tatted, white guy, bald guy, not wearing biker clothes, kind of just wearing like black t-shirt and black pants or whatever. Dude hops out the car and like pulls his pants up. And he's like looking at us, and I was like, oh, and I didn't even notice him. My girl was like, what's that guy's deal? And I looked at him, and I was like, oh, shit. So I was like, okay, my bad. So I'm driving off. As I pass by him, the dude closes his door, and still, like, he goes around the truck and, like, watches me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's that all about? So then I'm starting to think, like, I've seen Sons of Anarchy and stuff. Like, there's the ones that are trying to get into the gang. Yeah. So in my head, I'm thinking, like,
prospects.
Oh, yes, prospects. So I'm thinking, like, oh, man, maybe this was, like, a biker gang, and, like, I'm taking pictures of their shit, and they probably told him, like, hey, motherfucker, like, we're going to go inside the hotel.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye. Nothing better fucking happen or it's your ass. So, like, and in my head, I'm thinking, like, okay, even if he's watching the bikes, I didn't get out and do nothing. I literally was just recording.
Yeah.
But in his head, he's like, dude, if this guy spits on it, like, I'm fucked. So he got out, like, I don't know. And like I said, I'm overthinking because maybe that's not what it was. But what other reason would the guy hop out like that?
No, you're probably right.
And he was just sitting in the truck.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't see him in the truck because he had, like, it was a lifted, like, I don't want to explain too much. I didn't even post the video because I got scared. Because we went to the next hotel over, that new one right there, across the street from the movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
The Home Suites one or whatever. Mm-hmm. We went there, and when, because we were going to check that one too. So my girl got down, I was in the car, and I saw the guy take off. And I'm like, is he looking for me? Like, I was so scared. It was like and because of that, I had a dream last night that a biker gang cut my head off. What the I woke up at like 3 a.m, sweating.
You were in the military, bro.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I was in the military, but I'm in a car wearing a fucking Hawaiian t-shirt with my kid in the back, listening to fucking Bluey, and this guy comes out.
Yeah.
I have nothing on me.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Even if the guy came up to me and was like, "What are you doing?" I was gonna be like, "I was just gonna record." I thought I'll delete it. Like I was gonna be a total bitch about it.
Yeah.
But just because I was like, I don't know what this guy's intentions are. I don't know why he hopped out of the car.
Yeah.
It was just so much, and dude, it like kind of like shook me throughout the rest of the day because I was just thinking like, what could that have been all about?
Yeah. Dude,
my girl made fun of me though. I don't think she feels safe with me no more.
I feel bad. I don't want to make fun of you, so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna crack the jokes. But
Come on, dude, say it.
No,
Don't be a bitch.
We're gonna be cool. We're
Don't
gonna be
be a
cool about
bitch.
it. We're gonna be cool. We just started.
Fair enough.
Fucking. First of all, and this is you don't fucking have to do what I'm suggesting here, but you're for sure trained on how to carry a gun safely, and use it, well. Why wouldn't you carry a gun? Just in general.
Who says I don't?
Exactly, right? Yeah, you never know, right? You might, and you just don't want to kind of like share that information. But
Yeah, I got a lot, guys. Or
got
maybe I don't.
59 guns.
Come
in the
find
car.
out.
Yeah, try
Or don't come find out.
But let's say,
Please don't.
Please don't.
Maybe don't.
I'm watching Bluey with my son.
Yeah. Well, let's say you don't, right? Let's say you don't. What kind of fear strikes you in that situation that wouldn't strike you while you were in the military, in possible situations that were way more dangerous than that?
I don't know. I think it's because when I was in the military, as much as I was with my boys and stuff, I still kind of just had the, like, you got to watch out for yourself. Mm-hmm. It changes now. I got to watch out for my girl. I got to watch out for my baby. So I can't just drive past him kind of staring him down, because now, like, if I bring something on, it's not just me. It's not me who gets the repercussions.
It's everybody.
My kids in the car. I'm not, that's why, like, I never understand when people try to get in fights with, like, their kids around or, like, their girls around. It's like, bro, you're putting all of them in danger now.
100%.
As much as it's a bitch move to do, just don't get into a fight.
Walk away.
Just be like, all right, dude, my bad. I fucking whatever. And just walk away, dude. Because, bro, like, I could not live with myself if I'm over here trying to be a hard ass, like, what, bro? What you looking at? And then, like, we get blasted. Dude, and like something happens to my
And
kid,
you survive, and then they don't.
I could never live with that.
No, 100%.
So I think about my surroundings way more now. And opposed when I was in the military, I was like, done with my boys. They're all fucking trained. Like, if shit goes down, like, I think we got this. Not being all cocky, but like, I just had, like, even not me, not specifically me, but I was with some like top notch dudes. You know what I'm saying? That knew their shit.
Yeah.
And they walked around like, dude, nothing's gonna happen to us because we're gonna fucking stop it.
Yeah.
I hung out with them and I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, nothing's gonna happen because you guys will stop it. You guys are gonna stop it.
Or what if that dude comes up pissed that you're recording one of the bikes and you just go like, bro,
I thought that was hilarious.
That shit was funny. If it's not cool, I'll delete it. But I just wanted to take a picture of the one that says this bike fucked.
Yeah.
Because that's funny.
Yeah,
Dude, so
He's not gonna be like, no.
my girl was even like, why put that sticker if you don't want the attention?
Exactly.
This
Yeah.
bike fucks.
It's funny.
Yeah.
The bike does, not you. Bro,
You know how many
fuck.
times I'm at a stoplight and I'm taking pictures of people's decals on the back of their car?
I do that with
something
license-
I do that all the
dude?
time.
I do that with license
It's
plates.
hilarious, dude. And they're putting it out there, not to be all fucking like date rape mentality. Like, they wouldn't put it out there if they didn't want me to fucking record it. But for
What
that
was she
stuff,
wearing? What'd she say?
For humor though, for humor, and you're putting it on the outside of your car. You know what I mean? It's, dude.
100%, 100%, dude. There's a shirt. I think it was in like the Harley Quinn movie that says "I shaved my balls for this" with a question mark. Dude, hilarious, right? If you're wearing that shirt and someone is laughing and asks you about the shirt, and you get offended, you're the asshole at that point.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
the asshole.
Same thing with people that wear like MAGA hats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, well,
no,
Where you go
never
with this? Go.
Never mind. Scratch that. I don't know if I'm gonna post the video.
Same thing for people who are real patriots who want this country to turn around. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean?
I don't know if I'll post the video, but I'll show you guys so that way you guys don't. Because I know this sounds like a fucking stupid, crazy story, but I'll point it out. Let me see. If there's like lull in between, I apologize, Jair. So we're like a one man show, so
That's cool.
A lot of this gets cut out.
lol is fine.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. So here we go, guys. And my baby in the back.
This bike fucks.
That's tight.
So
That's it.
if that you see that far left, there's a truck over there.
Yeah.
That's where the guy was at.
Cool. So look, this is just from the outside looking in. Maybe this guy thought that guy fucking has tattoos. That guy's pretty young. He might be involved in some of the things we're involved in, but I don't know him. So he might be someone that we're not cool with, and he might be fucking giving the drop on where we're at, hanging out, and me trying to be a prospect, trying to get into this stuff. I don't want to get rolled up on with another while all these other guys are doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So
people steal bikes.
yeah. That's possible. So maybe that's what he was thinking. Like he maybe wasn't concerned so much about, you know, someone recording, but maybe you fit a profile that, you know, that they're not cool with. And he's like, that low key might end up being one of our rival guys. And he's trying to roll up on us. You know?
But, and also I did in a sketchy way, like I said, cause I passed by it and I was like, oh, that's funny. I was like, I got to record it. So I did put in reverse and go back. So that also was like, wait, what the fuck's this guy about to do? You know, it's one thing to pass by and maybe record, but to make a stop. And I rolled the window down. Which I just, because I didn't want the glare in the camera. So down. But, you know, I don't know. But it was, dude, it freaked me the fuck out, though.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because it kind of fucked with, like, my mental state as far as, like, being a man now. Because now I'm like, because my girl's in the back, like, oh, you're real. Like, she's laughing. She's like, you're really scared. You're really scared. You're a little bitch. I'm like, okay, I mean, okay, look at the guy. Look at the guy, babe.
Yeah.
But it was a scary situation.
I think when like Emil said, like if he happens to come up on you and you explain like, dude, the sticker's hilarious. Yeah. Like that's what.
Oh yeah, and in my head I was playing that too. I was like, if for some reason he pulls up next to me, or if because when I drove by him, he was still just like mean fucking mugging
dogging you.
And so like in my head I'm just like, okay, if he stops me or comes to the car, I'm literally just gonna tell him that, and I'm gonna show him the video and be like, dude, I'll delete it if you want me to. I promise. Like I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But even then he's like, yeah, you better fucking delete that shit, you little bitch. And tell your fucking crying baby in the back, shut the fuck up. Like, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit runs in my head where I'm like, dude, I guess I have to get out and try to fight this guy now. I don't know, dude. Like, I want my family to feel safe around me, and that made me feel like I need to take a jiu-jitsu class or karate or something.
Maybe. I mean, I
think could teach me some moves.
That's probably without a doubt. I think it's fair that you feel that way. It's fair that you're questioning your fucking manhood because I feel like it would fuck with me too, bro. If I was genuinely scared in that situation.
Yeah.
For the most part, I feel like I'm pretty safe, you know, if me and my girl go somewhere. Because for one, I feel like I'm very logical, right? So if a situation is able to kind of like salvage like by de-escalating it, I feel like I can manage that, you know, where I could be like, you know what? I did something that offended you, and I realized that, and I fucked up. Let me make amends by apologizing and just fucking removing myself from the situation.
Yeah.
Right? That I feel like is almost foolproof unless someone's like really pissed off. And then at that point, I still feel pretty capable to be like, you know what? If you don't want to take my apology, that's fine. I'm just going to head out.
I'll head out,
you know? And then at that point, even past that point, I feel like there's like almost like grades to it, right? Like if you get to a level like fucking 100 and it's like, no, this guy just wants to fucking beef with you. It's like even at that point, I feel myself capable enough to defending myself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm going to knock people out and fucking karate chop them into submission, but I feel like I can defend myself enough to be like, you know what, fucking you go that way, or I'm going to fucking just do what I can to just leave.
Yeah.
You know, I get no fucking like ego boost if I fucking knock a guy out one punch and fucking act like I'm Mike Tyson, you know? My ego boost is more of anything of like, you see how that guy was like really just trying to fucking fight, and I kind of just kind of killed the situation by just like talking to him. You know?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think because I made the situation up that this guy's in a biker gang and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like, dude, this guy all he wants in life is to be part of that gang. Yeah. And if it means that he's got to fucking do something to me to prove to them that like he won't let anything ever happen to them.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking do it. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. So much was going through my fucking
So this
head.
was something that we talked outside of the podcast, that you were gonna go watch a movie with your family.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go watch Inside Out too. Later.
Yeah. So you'll I feel like you're gonna watch one of the emotions. And you're gonna be like, oh, that's what I was doing. That's exactly what I was doing.
That's the little guy that was in my head. That was well, that like, so they're saying like in this new one, like we were talking about, the kid has they introduce anxiety. It's this little goofy looking character. I'm like, that's the little motherfucker that's in my head right now. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm like, I don't really want to watch the movie because I'm a little crybaby, dude. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
You're not gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry.
No, you're
You
not
know
gonna cry, bro.
The movie's like #1 right now. It's like made like the most in like a while, and
That's cool.
It's very like a sentimental movie.
I didn't even feel like it was very sentimental.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that day that you called me.
Yeah, but you're like, I don't think it's a bad thing, but like you don't. I've never
Dude.
seen you sad. I've never really seen you angry. You're a very just like.
Dude, I cry like in movies. I mean, I don't sob, you know what I'm saying? But I get teary eyed.
Oh yeah, I'm not there like.
I
just
connect
like.
I connect them with like life experiences
Yeah.
and shit, you know, like Onward was one, like a Pixar
my
one.
God.
Dude, I
don't
grew
think
up
I
with the
watched that
older
one.
brother, bro, and like dude, like
God.
that shit, like I felt that. Like it
I've seen
reminded
that
me
one.
of, you know, my older brother, like
I'm gonna cry now.
yeah. So
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay, yeah, dude.
Not cry.
Go pee. Hey, we're gonna get quiet. You're gonna be like.
so I definitely get sentimental with certain movies, but I think this one, especially because of the time of what that girl's age is, I forget her name, Riley.
Yeah.
Riley. It
What is the age of her in the movie?
I think she's like entering puberty. Yeah, she is entering
Like
puberty
8th grade
for
high
sure.
school or something? Or
She's going into high school.
Okay.
Yeah. As it all connected right now. But yeah, she's going into high school and then puberty hits, and so like that time was much less like nostalgic, if that makes sense. Even in
Yeah.
the movie, they make a reference to it. It's more of like you have like a lot of new emotions, and it's like it's kind of hard to deal with all at once.
Yeah.
But the anxiety one was funny because I think girls get it a lot sooner than guys, and this may not be true for everybody.
Watch
For
what you
sure,
say, bud.
Yeah. It may not be true for everybody, but I do feel like girls might feel that a little bit sooner than we do.
Yeah, I can see that.
And now as an adult, I really feel that, and I feel like pretty like fucking calm and collective for the most part, you know, in most parts of my life. But when I start feeling that like anxiousness of like, I start feeling my breathing and my fucking heart rate's going, and I'm like, oh shit, like what's going on? And then before I know it, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like I can't fucking catch a breath,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But it's for the most part, it's your body just like telling you like, yo, like you're really pushing it in whatever extent that it is, right? Like maybe you're just overworked or whatever. And you just kind of have to realize like, yeah, I have to tone it back, you know? And sometimes it's not your body. Sometimes it's your brain.
I always think it's my brain.
Yeah. And that's fair. That's 100% fair. I feel like most of the time for myself, like my brain's telling me like, dude, everything's fine. Chill the fuck out. And my body's like, it's not fine, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm the other way.
Okay, and that's that's completely fair, dude. So like, I've had like
Yeah, please just ice and then I'll do whatever. Thank you.
I'll take one of those, man. I'll appreciate it.
But yeah, no, and I think that goes back to as you get older, you're more aware of like certain things, so more things affect you. Because yeah, going back to the whole thing about like girls get it before guys.
Do you want to try this?
I'll try some when he brings my thing.
It's fine. You don't have to.
Or do you want
try
me
it.
to like take a shot of it? What do you mean?
Do you want to take a shot of it? Yeah, let's take a shot.
Yeah. Should we take a break real quick? Set everything up and then.
Yeah, let's
you
take
down
a
with
shot. Wait, we should record the shot.
We're obviously gonna record the shot, but I'm saying we'll go get cups and like set it up nice and then.
Okay,
You want to do that? Is that cool with you?
it's fine with me.
All right, cool. We'll take a break, guys. We'll be right back.
Take a break. Boom, we're back. So the way that they taught us, and I don't want to fuck this up, but from what I remember,
Taught us what about what?
about taking a shot, whether it's tequila or mezcal. So first of all, she gave us kind of like a brief history, right? On how you know tequila came about, how mezcal came about, and then explains to us that if you're having good tequila or good mezcal, it shouldn't be mixed with anything. You should let it be what it is.
I've heard that. Yeah.
And then she added, if you wanted to, you could kind of water it down a little bit with mineral water or water
Or ice.
or ice. Yeah, well, that's still having tequila straight up. But yeah, I get it because eventually it melts, right? But she said if it's with anything with sugar, soda, juice, whatever, it's like you shouldn't really be having it like that. And a lot of people do that because they don't like the taste of or the harshness of the taste, right? But what she explained was, where's my shot right here?
Yeah.
New York. I do love New York. Never been.
Really?
Actually, I have been. Now that I think about it. How do you forget that? Well, I was there at JFK just for like 3 seconds, and then I boarded another plane.
I guess technically I've been in New York too. Then yeah, I did a little transfer in there.
Yeah. So you take the shot, you whisk it around in your mouth, and then you swallow, and then you blow out all the air.
Okay, we missed the swishing part, huh?
Dude, they wrote this on this bottle, and I thought of that too.
Inhale, sip, exhale. Oh, okay, yeah.
So just like basic.
But
Yeah.
the swishing thing is new. I didn't.
Yeah,
know
the
about
swishing
that.
thing is new.
That's
Yeah.
I'm nervous for that.
I think it's a big thing to like, because if you're drinking alcohol's, I mean it's alcohol, right? So if
Yeah.
you're breathing in when you're sipping it, it's gonna burn more. But the swishing, I think that's just like a flex on the fact that like it's not gonna burn if you take the deep breath in.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not swish it around and get the flavors?
So the way that I understood it was because it almost like gets your palate like accustomed to it a little bit, and kind of like I don't know, acclimates it.
Yeah.
Almost. And then that's when you take it all in and then you blow out.
All right, so we're gonna try that then, right?
Let's do it.
You
So,
done?
one more time, because I'm always
So-
slow with instructions.
I don't know worries.
Inhale.
Inhale, drink, swish, pass it all the way down. Exhale.
No lime.
No lime. Limeless.
Limeless. We're doing it limeless.
I'm down.
All right.
Damn, so I gotta hold my breath for that long.
Low key, that's what it is. That's
That's
the
the
real
hardest part.
Yeah, that's the real tough part.
All right, guys, fucking.
And I will say before we actually take this, I think mezcal is a very acquired taste for the majority of people. So if it still feels really like it feels rough, then I think that's pretty natural. If we were taking tequila and you guys felt like, okay, that was easier than usual, I think that'd be the normal. But this is rough already.
you're
If
scared.
that makes sense.
You're scared.
No. I think it's just an acquired taste. That's it.
All right,
Yeah?
boys. All right. Cheers.
To the pod.
To the pod. To Jair. Thank you, brother, for coming out. I
Appreciate you.
don't want to reach over and spill it. All right, boys.
Easy peasy.
I feel like
Oh.
I don't know if you guys get this.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if you guys understand what I'm about to say, but have you ever wanted hot Cheetos without the hot?
Okay. No.
Like I feel like I taste tequila without the burning feeling. I don't know how to explain. I don't know.
It burned. It did not
I
burn.
don't. I don't get the
Yeah.
burn. But I taste. I can taste the tequila. Very not gonna be all like I know what I'm talking about, but like leathery.
Yeah. The mezcal. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. It's really good.
Right.
I like it. I mean,
I like it too.
it made my gums kind of burn, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can
that's
feel it in your
that's
gums.
probably the hard part. I think.
Yeah.
I think like my cold sores were burning.
They were getting tore up in there.
Yeah, my herpes were burning up. Maybe it
How'd you
killed them.
feel? How'd you feel, man?
I feel good, man. I really enjoyed that. Like, I had smelled it earlier off camera, and I was like, "Oh, it smells smoky. It smells like scotch."
Yeah.
And then you get so much more of that on the exhale. Oof.
I
And
almost
it's still. I'm
Still in there, right? Yeah.
my upper lip
Dude,
and
it's
gums kind of
nice.
feel numb from the swish.
Yeah, I didn't swish as hard as you. I heard you swish.
Yeah,
it
you were
like,
going on.
I was doing it like,
Like
a
it was
mouthwash, bro. Oh my god, it's embarrassing. Real quick side story: when I was in the army, when I was drinking heavily, there'd be times that I'd wake up in the morning and I'd pour. I used to do the mouthwash into the little cup that's how I'd swish it instead of drinking out the thing.
Yeah.
well, not drinking, but swishing. And one time I poured it in, took it, and fucking swallowed it.
Oh.
just like I was so just used to just taking shots all the time that like I was just like, and I went to instead of swishing, I just swallowed it. I was like, what the fuck did I just do? It's like, bro, I need to chill on the drinking.
That was your first red flag? Fuck.
Thank you though. Thank you. That was good. That was good. Thank you.
I
for
think
that.
it's great. I really feel like you take your time with that and you kind of go through all those steps and you get the taste and you appreciate it just a little bit more instead of just being like, all right, we're gonna take a shot and fucking knock it back and
like this isn't on you or anything, but like something like that is to me. I'm just like, I just want to take the shot, man.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, but like to try that is cool. But like, I know some people. We're not gonna say their names, but I think you know what I'm talking about. But I know some people that all of a sudden they're like tequila experts, and they're like, oh,
Connoisseurs.
I don't take shots. You're not supposed to take shots of tequila. You're supposed to sip it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
You can do both.
You can do whatever the fuck
You
you
can do
want.
whatever you want.
Yeah, you could fucking butt chug it if you want.
You can snort
Oh,
that
should we
shit,
butt chug one?
dude.
Off camera.
What if you snorted
Oh, that would be
Tequila.
terrible, bro. No. That would be terrible.
like a little bit?
Oh no.
All right, you do one, and then I'll see how you react.
Would you do one?
If you do one,
And I'm not a full shot. Like
No,
we'll
no,
just pour a little,
just-
just
yeah.
like a little bump,
just a little pull.
little bump. Little
Okay.
bump.
What's a bump?
Do we have a straw?
What are you about? You about to do a little bump of tequila?
I just
Don't do it. Don't do it.
come on.
You know
dude.
what?
We need content for the podcast.
okay, fair
Dude, I'm
enough.
tired of getting 25, 43
Hey,
views.
it's okay. It's okay to push the envelope in conversation, but when you start,
Yeah.
participating in the act,
You don't have to do
that's
it.
way too much.
Come on, guys.
You know what? Let's time out real quick.
Squeeze the lime in your eye.
I have contacts. They're gonna fucking melt my contact to my eyeball. All right, fine. We won't do it, guys. Fine. But
That's the part of the military you still got in you, not the fucking
Yeah.
kill the guy in the parking lot part.
I learned the wrong things
Not
in
to
the military.
protect my family to the death part.
You got the fucking dude. I'll put tequila in my nose, dude.
I'll butt chug a beer, but you want me to protect my family? I didn't learn that
I don't
part.
remember that.
Dude, one day my sister texts me while I'm in college. She's like, "Please don't put alcohol in your eyes to get drunk." And then I call her immediately, and I'm laughing, and I'm like, "What the fuck did you just text me?" And she's like, "I just saw on the news that kids are putting drops of vodka in their eyes to get drunk fast." And I'm like, "What part of you thinks that I want to get drunk fast?" To begin with.
Yeah, you almost cussing your character. You're like, what am I showing her that she thinks that I would even think about doing something like that?
Sometimes I do want to get drunk fast, so I drink fast.
On an empty stomach?
Or
fair.
That's the closest
Yeah.
I've ever gotten, where you just
Yeah.
don't eat all day and you're like, these first three beers are going to hit.
You're gonna eat, yeah, exactly. So you're like, let me just pound a few, and then when the food comes, it'll balance.
It'll
me
balance.
out.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah, but
alcoholic
like
thing.
that stuff.
Yeah. See, so that's an extremity, right? Like that's way too much. Like I would say, to be fair, if I'm going to a family function that I'm not like stoked about,
Sure.
I'm like, you know what?
I'll put a drop in my eye.
That's
No, but you need to turn it up a little
yeah.
bit.
Like let's knock a few back and have a good time.
Did you ever
know?
hear about the girls putting the soaked tampons?
Oh, that's crazy.
You never heard that?
Soaking the tampon in liquor?
Yeah, so you soak it in like vodka or tequila or something, and then you put it up and I guess it hits your bloodstream faster from that.
That's the same thing
Guys
with
can
the
do it
eyes.
in the ass, I guess.
I have a question.
Don't have an answer, but
So once you've taken a tampon apart and dipped it into something as
And seen how
a
it-
young man, yeah,
Yeah, how it
So
fluffs out.
how do you get that mushy, wet tampon in you?
You shove it.
You shove it, but
Well,
isn't all this stuff coming out? It's
But-
like a sponge at that point.
yeah, but okay, aren't they like in a little capsule? Maybe you soak
The
the capsule
applicator,
and that
yeah.
goes into it, and then it maybe fluffs in there a little, but you
Oh,
still got to
because
put
it's
and pull
dry in the
string.
capsule.
And then you're still. We sound so dumb. There's girls listening right now being like, "Dude, it's very easy to watch."
Yeah,
I ju-
I can put anything up there.
You fools!
You see that
so
bottle of
simple.
tequila on the table?
It's so simple.
Like, it's so funny, like when guys are like, "Dude, I'm gonna wreck this girl's puss," and then it's like she can push a whole baby out, bro. Like,
I'm so grateful that I've never heard that line ever, bro.
no.
oh, you ain't got boys with big hogs, then? All right, I get it.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool. I'm cool with that.
we're cool. Everyone's cool. Everyone's intact.
Fuck. Oh yeah. But fucking. All right, let's
The
get
best
back.
part about it is that Jordan was probably hyping them up. You're gonna wreck that pussy so hard, bro.
Hell yeah! dude. I was like, yeah, good for you, bud.
He just shows you a picture.
Yeah.
You're like, oh well,
I
Well,
mean,
maybe you're not gonna wreck it.
might tickle her a little.
yeah. You're gonna give it all you got.
You're gonna hit the walls. Fuck. I want to. Oh no. Okay. We're all over the place. I have notes.
That's cool.
I want to go back to the baseball real quick.
Yeah.
We can just talk about sports in general, but baseball specifically. Going back to the whole men's league thing. How did this whole thing get started? Is it a new thing, or has this been going on for a while? Because
Dude, this has been going on forever.
What you're doing
Yeah.
now is bullfrog baseball.
Yeah.
That's the team name.
That's the team name.
And I respect it.
Kind of like an ode to
Shout
the
out.
old bullfrog.
Yeah,
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 yeah. No association whatsoever. Literally,
You're not Jose Canseco?
yeah, we're not Jose Canseco at all. Yeah, no association. But it started because my buddy Christian Leal, who I played baseball with in high school, he had gotten invited to this league, didn't attend to it, or actually no, he did go. Sorry about that. He went. And he thought it was cool, and he's like, "Well, I should bring some of my friends, and we can start our own team." And yeah, this year was our first year, and so far so good. We've had a lot of luck with the guys that have been able to attend, and it's cool. We're playing with literally just a bunch of our friends.
Let me ask.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying, where do you guys play, and when's the next game? Because I really want to go.
San Luis, Arizona. That's where we play, and I think the next game,
It's July. It's like you
It's
have a huge break.
Where in San Luis? Is it like at a high school?
dude, it's literally right as you enter San Luis. It's there's a big baseball fields. It's almost like the
city
complex
one.
here in Yuma.
Yeah.
The
The line you take to get into the
you
border.
literally can't miss it whatsoever. Doesn't matter where you come in through San Luis. If you keep going straight, you're gonna see the fields.
Okay.
It's right next to a church. That also a very like clear thing to see when you enter San Luis.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's where we play.
Jesus in baseball, baby.
Dude, you can't beat it.
Dude, we actually, when I hit him up to be on the podcast, he was just leaving the game.
Yeah.
And Keeks was in the background, but she brought up a good point. We should go and do a podcast.
Oh,
At the game.
At the
Dude,
game.
Oh, I'm down.
It's because it's
I'm
like
down.
it's fun. It's because I see it and I'm like, bro, they're probably just listening to corridos and like drinking beers and probably playing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys drink while you play,
So-
but like it's like a fun free
Dude,
league.
so
like,
okay, real quick. If we were in Mexico, for sure there would be beers. But considering that we're still in a public area
That was
in the
my
United
next
States,
question. Fuck.
yeah, it's
So can
it's-
I drink if I go to the game and like?
dude?
We can pregame.
Dude, technically you can't.
We can pregame and take another.
You got to think about it like this. Think about anything fun that could be a possibility at a men's baseball game.
Yeah.
In Mexico. Think about everything that could be fun in Mexico.
A major-
and then
yeah.
take all that fun away.
You get a bitch pregnant in the top of the fourth, dude.
that's when it
You're out
becomes
there
the United
reaching for
States
balls.
baseball.
Oh fuck.
So what I still don't get is how can guys go and drink at like these men's softball tournaments
Yeah.
and then like a lot,
Almost exclusively. Like there's a little softball, but it's mostly guys sitting on coolers.
right?
Yeah.
But it's very illegal. Not even frowned upon. It's illegal.
Yeah. Like in city parks and stuff, you have to have permits and stuff for
Yeah.
alcohol. So yeah, you don't just get to show up with a
cooler full of Coors.
But
Hey.
like I'm not gonna see that's my level of racism. Where like when he said,
Whoa, where'd that come from?
But when he said San Luis, Arizona, I was like, yeah, we can do whatever we want.
Oh,
It's close enough to Mexico. You know, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I could set up a grill. I could
Set off fireworks in the
That's
middle of
very
it.
true.
have a kegerator.
There's
you
gonna
know?
be midgets running around on the field. That's always like a Mexico thing for some reason.
Yeah,
midgets and like clowns are like a
Yeah.
thing in.
Dude,
Dude,
midgets are beloved.
I went
in
to a
Mexico.
midget baseball game.
Yeah. Wait. Can we call them midgets? Little people?
Little people.
Dude, little people are beloved in Mexico.
No, hold on.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna say
You set
this.
'em off.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
this is a passion project.
Okay.
All right, dude.
Bringing the M word back.
The only time a word should not be said is maybe the N or is the N word.
Maybe.
Is the N word.
Yeah.
All right, because it does have a heavy weight on it. Midgets. No, like.
You hit that so hard.
Hold on. Midgets.
Oh my god.
Midgets.
Oh my god.
Like the time, dude, when me and Eric had the podcast, I didn't realize
saying the F word.
I didn't realize how bad like faggot was. And I just kept saying it the entire episode. And he was like, dude, stop. And then I was like, oh, wait, this is like the N word for gay people. And he was like, I mean, no, but like, it's not really cool to say. And I was like, all right, faggot. Like,
Oh my God.
but I like, Emil has this great, it's not even a joke, but he said it so fucking funny. But I was like, dude, like, what did I say? Is it worse to say the N word or faggot? And he was like, well, right there, you said one and you didn't say the other. So I think, there's
You
your
know-
answer.
you know which one,
And that's so,
yeah.
it's like, that's so true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know,
That's
man.
not my joke. That's a
No, I didn't say it was. But I'm saying, but like to
I
me,
love
that was
how
the first
Emil-
time I heard that.
Emil did not allow himself to take credit for something.
Oh, he does it
No,
all the
no,
time.
it wasn't
We-
mine.
we
It was-
always do that. We
It's
don't-
a New York comedian. He said,
Yeah.
you know, he had a friend who told him, faggot's just as bad as the N word. He said, I know it's not because you just said one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
But like,
I love that.
I don't know, man. It's midget. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's just say this: like, midgets are loved now. Like everyone in a friend group, you want a Mexican, you want someone that's a crazy person, probably white guy.
Yeah.
You want a black person on the team,
Have to have a black guy.
and then you want a midget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Content for days.
That's like the Avengers of Friends, right?
here's my argument, my rationale to like why just not calling them little people and insisting. So obviously if we say something like the N-word now, right?
Right.
And we're acknowledging the fact that there's this hurtful word that hurt a group of people for so long that it's not our word, so we're not going to use it. So if I don't even want to say it, but like if midget is one of those where it's like hurting a group of people, don't say it. If faggot is one that hurts people, don't say it. Like, just because I grew up saying a word doesn't mean I should keep using the word.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've matured.
Evolution, maturation. You're like, life is about, if nothing else, bro, it's short. You learn. And if you're going to make a handful of people more comfortable with a slight adjustment, it goes back to the grades and the levels of like
De-escalating.
being a man and de-escalating stuff. It's like, what's manly about just fucking throwing fists if you can figure it out, if you can adjust, if you can pivot?
Yeah.
That takes like real fortitude and real like understanding and compromise. And that's so much harder than just
throwing
I
it
can
out
say
there.
these words because I've always said these words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's where I pull back. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah.
I think anyone, I'm a firm believer in there are no bad words. There's just bad interpretations and understandings of where people are coming from when they use words.
Bad intentions. Yeah.
And if you're being nasty, that's
For
instantly
sure.
noticeable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think when you say these things and we're joking, you're being nasty. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
words change and like etiquette and
I don't know, man. I just
lead
feel-
it. Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I don't know, and I'm sorry. And it's one of those
You
things where,
do
like,
you.
I get what you're saying, but it's like, I don't. For me, I don't. You know, because it's like,
I chose to absorb none of it.
no. It doesn't. It's like, I mean, we can agree to disagree, and that's what I want to. That's what I want. I wish a lot more people were like that, where it's like, you can have your
For sure.
argument and I can have mine, but by no means am I saying you have to think what I'm saying.
Exactly.
You have to.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to be on my side. I'm just saying, I like Trump. You like Biden. That's cool. All
Hey,
right.
don't be putting that shit on me.
Who you
No,
want?
Oh my God, who are you voting for?
I think
Guys, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Stop.
I'm doing it.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
You're doing
I'm doing it.
Okay,
All
do
right,
it.
all right.
Do it. Fine.
What is it? You got a little straw?
Yeah.
Where'd you find the little straw?
I cut it.
How's that?
I feel it in my right eye.
Yeah.
Because you went right.
You're gonna die.
Only my right eye gets red and watery.
Oh my
It is getting red and watery.
Oh no.
Okay, real
now,
quick.
Now we
You know
gotta raise Oliver. Great. Great.
Wait, he doesn't even have a Godfather yet.
This goes on the Patreon. Sorry. Oh, it's a Patreon episode. That's why.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm getting the drip. That's crazy how that works. I'm getting the drip of the tequila.
Now you're understanding human anatomy.
No.
It goes up
I'm
here
not
and
gonna say that. Never mind.
come on, dude.
He's like,
I'll bleep it.
I-
No, okay. Yeah.
I know a guy who used to do cocaine.
That's like saying I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah. So I know a guy who used to do cocaine often.
I'm gonna start getting a blood nose.
And he got to the point where when he was trying to stretch it out. So let's just say this guy was, similar to me, hairy, and he had a lot of nose hair. He would flush it out with water to kind of like re-kick that drip.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me.
Oh.
Wait, were you the hairy guy or the guy that did the
It was all me.
Emil, do I? He's like, hairy guy like me, same build, glasses,
Looked exactly like me.
last name is Shia.
Yeah, his dad died.
Dad died. Started a podcast with some
karate.
kid.
Karate.
Yeah.
He did karate for several years. Yeah.
The guy was me. If you guys aren't catching on, the guy is me.
It was me.
Hey, I respect it. I respect it.
I mean, you got to stretch a dollar, man.
That's. I
Also-
feel like that's the equivalent of like when you do one part of the group project. And you're like, I wonder who did all the research. It's like, wow, that's really good research. It's like, oh yeah, it's like trying to get that that confirmation from everybody.
Yeah.
Who made this awesome board? Look at the colors they used.
Yeah.
Look, they must have spent a lot of money. Look at the material.
Look at the
Yeah,
symmetry.
yeah.
Someone should like thank this guy. He should probably get all the credit. I wonder who did that. It's crazy.
This guy fucks.
Perfect. Yeah, that guy fucked.
This guy fucks on a bike.
Oh, God.
Oh man, but no, yeah. So going back to baseball,
Okay.
dude. I feel like the whole right side of my body is like my
feeling it?
right hand's jittery, my left hand is perfect.
They were both shaking.
It was
I want you to know.
I want you to know you're all fucked up.
Oh man,
sides.
You look like you're the guy with the nose hair and pulling back on the.
Yeah, you got a problem.
hey. That's the episode. No, just kidding. No, yeah. But we definitely got it. We're gonna go to the game. I'm gonna go. I wanted to
wanna
go.
go.
I wanted
You
to
guys
go
should
that
go, bro.
Friday, but it was like very last minute, and I was like, oh fuck. I can't.
Friday. Was
They
one.
played this-
When's the next one?
Dude, so we have this weird gap in the middle of the season.
They just played on Friday, and they have like a
I'm
whole.
leaving for a little bit, so
No,
that's
dude.
Oh.
Yeah, then that works out probably perfectly because we
Well,
have like a 3-week break for whatever reason.
okay.
We've been playing weekly, but yeah, they give us a break for a
God, it's
while.
so hot. What time of the day do you guys play?
Dude, we play at 7, and that like
still hot.
Literally at about 7:30, that's when it starts getting a little better.
Tolerable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I got the schedule right here. Sorry.
yeah, we're warming up by 6:15, 6:30.
You'll be back, I think.
Yeah.
July 26th.
Oh, I'm back, baby.
July 26th, Friday. Guys, July 26th, Friday, 2024. Culebras and the Bullfrogs are playing. What time? 7 o'clock? Same time?
7 o'clock every game. Yeah.
I'm going to be there.
What's a culebra?
A snake. Yeah.
Oh no.
It low key. I think it's
It
the.
should have been the Scorpions. We don't
No, I think the culebras are
Culeros.
either ex San Luis high school players or current. Like there's probably a few younger kids.
You guys
Oh.
better fucking win.
No, yeah, for sure. We better
If
win.
they're young,
Dude,
that's
Okay,
scary.
so that was a fucking wake up call, and we knew because we understand the game. We played for many years. We went in, and there's kids that are playing. You know, and when I say kids, I mean like 18, 19, 20, and then like after that, it's sporadic. Like you can get a guy that's 35, a guy that's 28.
Are
a
there
guy
age
that's-
limits on your team?
There's no age limit.
A mil, dude.
hey,
Hey, what's up?
I should play baseball for the first time ever. At 40. Let's
sounds
do it.
great.
Yeah.
So there's no age limits. So the first game that we play is against a team that their whole team plays regularly. Like they not only do they play in this league, they also play outside of this league in Mexico or in other areas. So they're always playing constantly. Some of the kids are playing in school, and some of the guys are just playing because they love the sport, right? But every week they got something going on or revolving around the sport. As far as us, like we did that for a very long period of our life, but we've been out of the game for quite a few years, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay.
I'm 29, so I haven't played.
Very young.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So I haven't played baseball since I was 22. So it's
Yeah.
been 7 years
And
since
with
I.
sports, that's like a long.
Yeah, that's a really long time.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you get back into it, and you start feeling a little wonky. Like this does not feel right. You know.
Were you sore after the first game? Just like, because I feel like you're using new muscles you haven't used in a while. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, dude, one time I went to the batting cages and just
Yeah.
taking a couple swings. I'm like, dude, my sides were sore.
Were tore
I
up,
was
yeah.
like, dude, constantly like doing this, and then like my shoulder, like, bro.
So I started doing this
Hit it,
thing.
dude.
I started doing this thing at home where I would invite some of my friends over, and I'd call it adult t-ball. But realistically, what we're doing is we're doing batting practice on the tee. So,
But you would mic him up with a
I
camera.
would
He
mic
made
him
like
up.
content out of
We
it. It was
talk-
cool. I
I
liked
feel
it.
like I've seen some videos.
probably
yeah.
have.
So that's what I would do, and like,
I was low key sad that you didn't invite me, but
dude, we can do it anytime.
no, it's cool.
Dude,
No, I'm
wait
just saying,
up.
it's already over. It's done.
Real
It's
quick.
set. I just want to put that out there that you never invited me, but it's cool, dude. I get
Dude,
it.
I'll
Like,
have both you and Emil over, and we'll do it because, firstly, I haven't done it because it's so fucking hot, and it's hard for me to try to invite people at 6 o'clock when the sun is still way out, and be like, "Hey, you think you want to come over to my house and fucking swing at a baseball tee and talk shit for 2 hours?"
yes, I do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
But not everybody
Kinda.
wants to do that after work, long
sure.
day,
Yeah, yeah.
And that's most of the time when I want to do it. I want to do it during the week because on the weekends I do tend to have a lot of work. But going back to feeling muscle soreness,
Yeah, sir.
dude, in my feet and ankles, I felt like they were tore up.
Man, you're twerking. You're twerking at the bat on the plate, aren't you?
So outside of that, like everything else felt pretty fine, but because of those, kind of like times where I'm hitting with my friends and almost preparing for this league because I knew this pretty far out that we were going to be joining.
And I thought something was coming up because out of nowhere, like you were like, I saw you were making videos of like you like batting practice, and you guys were doing a lot of more baseball stuff. And you guys had once joked about having like a Orale Collective, like their group,
The
like
studio.
the studio, like their little team. They wanted to make a team and everything. So I was like, something's about to happen with this. There's no reason he's just like out of nowhere, like we'll relive the glory days and hit off the tee.
Well, it really just worked out because like
Tequila in my eye.
it really worked out because as we're doing this and as we had some of those ideas, Christian, who I mentioned earlier, he already had the plan of having a team and kind of going all the way through with it. So it was easy for us to kind of jump on board, and then that way we weren't responsible for it.
Were there tryouts or they were just like
There was no tryouts, thankfully, because I don't know if I would have made the cut. But yeah, there was no tryouts. It was literally just like, hey, it's like we know that you've played in the past. You're a buddy of ours. If you can make it, great. If not, that's perfectly fine. And fortunately enough, we've made it so that we can complete at least a team.
Yeah.
To make it out to every game because, people have vacations planned.
Well, you guys are adults now. You guys have families and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So
responsibilities.
it's hard to expect that every guy is going to be able to show up every single game.
Yeah.
So
They're like, dude, I got overtime. I can't make it today.
exactly. No, dude. And literally, there's one guy on our team that he literally works outside every single day. So if the day is hot, he's
like, I
sending a
can't
message,
do it.
dude, I'm tore up. Like I can't make it.
I was just
You know?
going to say, like, I do landscaping outside. So
Yeah.
for me, if I don't have to be outside, I'm not
I
going
will
to do
not
it.
be outside, yeah.
So that's another thing I wanted to bring up, too, is like, you guys are playing in like one of the world's at least top 10 hottest fucking places in
Yeah,
the
bro.
world.
Yeah.
So, like, we get record breaking heat. And you guys are starting a league in the middle of the fucking summer.
Dude, you know what it's just clicking right now? Every single one of the players that's in our team at least grew up here. Like grew up in the area. So
Okay.
at least we know kind of what to expect.
Somewhat acclimated.
Because yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, you don't give a fuck how hot
That's
it is
crazy.
outside.
Yeah.
You still want to go play hide and go seek or cops and robbers at whatever random time of the day it is.
Yeah.
So you don't care, right?
Red ass
So
cheeks, fucking sweaty hair.
Dude,
Yeah,
exactly.
dude.
So I think that's kind of what kicks in that nostalgia of like, we know it's hot. Like,
Hell
we're
yeah.
going to fucking deal with it because we want to play baseball more than we want to be comfortable. So,
Are there any guys on the team that are like, I think the Padres might want to see some of this?
dude, we got some guys that are legit.
I mean, well, I know. I mean, James Coos, like, I know he's always been like kind of just practicing pitching on the side. He looks legit when he's up on the mound. Like I saw some of the videos, and I don't know. Some of the guys, I'm like, maybe this could be like I mean, some of them are young enough to where I think maybe it could be like a little opening for something. Try out for like a minor league team. I don't know. It just seems like there's so many opportunities that could come from this. Let alone it being fun and like reliving the glory days. You know,
Of course. Yeah, no, dude. Like I said, like a few of our guys have played professionally already. And then a few of our guys still aspire to play professionally.
Hell yeah.
So one of our pitchers, his name's Robert, coolest kid ever, fucking just signed to a university called Faulkner in Alabama, who is an NAIA school, but has a really good reputation, especially in baseball. They've won the national championship in NAIA multiple times. And so it's like, it goes to show the caliber of people who end up in this league.
Yeah.
That is a men's league at the end of the day. But, you know, we're taking it seriously enough that it's like, you know, we want to go out and compete. You know, we don't want to show up and just get smacked.
You guys have practice?
No, but a lot of the guys like individually will go out and then like, so we have like a group message and like I can put on there like, hey, I'm going to be on the field, you know, at this time. Yeah. Going to go to get some swings in if anybody wants to show up.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of like the conversation most of the time. But yeah, dude, it's cool. It definitely, it's almost enough like competition so that I feel like I'm back in college and I'm like preparing for that game or preparing for the playoffs or whatever it may be. It kind of gives me that kind of energy. But at the same time, like if I go up and I strike out, I understand that the repercussions are at the lowest of levels. You know, it's literally just my competitive self. If I'm upset about it because I'm like, dang, like I should have been able to come out of that with at least a base hit or this or that or an RBI, whatever. But still, at the end of the day, like the adult in me, it's like it's not that serious, dude. Chill out, you know?
Yeah.
But it's cool because it's kind of you play with both of those sides, you know, where it's like, hey, if someone makes an error, like I'm not gonna fucking wait till we're out of the inning and give them shit about it. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, dude, it's all good. It's like we're fucking playing men's league.
Real quick before we get off the topic of bullfrog baseball, do you think if we went and like I went all out and painted my face, it'd be like too much? Like,
oh, bro, they would love it.
This guy just wants like all the attention on him. No. We're already grown ass men trying to play baseball again, and we're trying to get the attention. And this guy's over here doing a fucking podcast while we're watching our game.
Dude,
and now everyone's just looking at the guy with the green face.
I think you'd be welcomed, first of all, and secondly, we get surprisingly like amount of fans in the stands.
Nice.
Because like for example, like I play with my cousin and my aunt and uncle make it to the games. Like they go. And my other cousin, his brother.
Nice.
And his sister. So it's like, dude, it starts becoming like a family affair kind of thing. Like, oh, like he has a game. We're going to do what we've always done and we're going to go support. Which is pretty cool, in my opinion.
Very cool.
And we have guys that have families and their wife and kids show up.
Maybe we shouldn't do a podcast. And maybe we'll just go and enjoy the game. Because now, now I'm thinking about, I'm like, there's like actually people showing up to this that like enjoy this. We're just gonna make fun of it and like,
we're
not gonna make fun of it, but like, I think it'd be like Keeks made a good point. She's like, you should do a podcast. Like, that'd be kind of cool, actually.
Dude, I think that'd be sick. I think that'd be sick, and
maybe announce the game as they're playing, as they come in when they switch to offense. Maybe like have some of the players come out and like talk on the pod. I don't know.
I think you can go all out and you can be extreme as long as like the stuff we were talking about earlier. As long as you're not doing it to be like you're not being facetious, you're not being like over the top.
I think
just
it's
to be
cool
like
that
make fun of it, but like you're clearly a silly person. If you painted your face and we just did our thing and we're respectful and like. We're gonna pregame before.
I get a little loose.
I understand that we can't have.
I got a Stanley.
At the place. I got a Stanley too. Let's do it. 64 ounce. Yeah.
Hey, Jair's like, you cannot bring alcohol.
Please don't bring alcohol.
Please, hey, Jair's like, please do not mix drinks in a Stanley and bring them to where no one can see what you're drinking. Do not do that.
And everyone will just assume you're hydrating because you live in the desert and it's 115.
Please don't bring the flask.
Low-key, I don't think you guys would have any fucking want to get drunk at that time.
Wanna bet? Wanna bet?
I'm 14.
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be awesome. I don't see anybody having an issue with it. Kind of like Emil said, it's like if you're not there fucking calling somebody's dad a fucking, I don't know,
faggot,
a dumbass, or
dumbass.
If you don't drop that,
or just creating negative energy.
Exactly. Yeah, I think if you're not there and you're kind of just like happy-go-lucky, it's all good kind of thing. Nobody's gonna be questioning it.
Okay, real quick. Once again on the baseball thing. Let's say top 3 favorite baseball movies.
Oh dang, that's tough. So there's this movie that talks about, I can't remember the exact date, but it's like in the 60s. A Mexican Little League team going to the Little League World Series. And
I saw that
winning it
one.
all.
That's a great
It's called The Perfect Game.
Yes, that's a
Oh,
great
bro.
movie.
So I watched that one in theaters with my parents.
Ooh, I got the chills. That's a great.
So I have like very few memories like with both my parents, and then we would go and do something just them and I. One of them being that movie, and another of them being a trip to the fair.
Okay.
Trip to the fair, because my siblings are pretty separated in age with me. My sisters are 7 years older than me, and my brother's 10 years older than me.
You're the baby.
I'm the baby.
So you're the last one out the house. You got that alone time with them.
I kind of did, but at the same time, both of my parents are working in their own business. So it's like my mom's working like all day, every day. My dad's working all day, every day. So when I have those kind of alone moments, like those are like memory banks. Like these are like things I kind of hold on to.
Yeah.
One of those being that movie. After that, The Rookie. The Rookie with I can't remember his name.
Tim Robbins?
Wade.
No.
Wade.
Kevin. No,
It's
Costner?
no.
it's not Kevin Costner.
The Rookie.
It's another guy. He's great.
It's not Tim Robbins? Tim
it's-
Robbins isn't in that movie?
No, it's
Oh,
It even-
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Not Wade. Dennis
Okay,
Quaid. Yes.
so Dennis Quaid, dude.
Great movie.
Oh, that's such a good movie. And then number 3, only because those I have such an emotional attachment to, those two, is Everybody Wants Some.
Yes.
Oh, Everybody Wants Some is...
Yes. We'll go back to that, but I want to give my top 3, and then because that's in there too.
Okay.
But for me, it's Moneyball. Dude, it's a romance. It's a romance baseball movie.
Oh,
It
yeah.
explains so much. The batting averages, the math that goes behind it. It's such a beautiful movie. So Moneyball,
movie.
Brad Pitt's in. I mean, obviously, Jonah Hill, and then Field of Dreams, and then Everybody Wants Some.
So if you would ask me top 5, those movies would have made it for
Oh,
sure.
okay,
without
okay.
a doubt.
Yeah.
But so let's go back to Everybody Wants Some.
So Everybody Wants Some, if you don't know, is what did it take place like in the 80s, 70s? It's like the hippie, not hippie times, but like
I think it's
Bell-bottom jeans.
mid 70s. Yeah, I think it's
I'll look it up real
mid-70s.
quick. I'll tell you, yeah, but go ahead and explain the movie a little and then how it kind of works in with your life.
So Everybody Wants Some revolves around a college baseball team in Texas, placed around the 70s era. And I've talked about this movie with Jordan before, and it's been one of those movies that for me that lived the college baseball experience, that really did encapsulate what it was to be a college baseball player.
1980s
1980s, okay,
is what it takes place in.
gotcha.
The movie was made in 2016, so it's like a little bit more.
Oh, it's a Richard Linklater movie.
Yeah. And so this movie, I remember watching it while I was in college playing baseball and just relating so much to it outside of any other movie. Because I think a lot of movies that we've watched revolving the game of baseball have been very Disney-like in a sense,
That's
right?
Yes.
When you guys were naming off movies, in my head as a non-baseball guy, I was just like, all right, Rookie of the Year, Sandlot. You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Sandlot would have been like a
good
top
one.
5.
Yeah,
but
Sandlot's a great one.
even for like baseball guys, right?
I mean, it's like a given.
It
but
is goofy. It is a Disney thing.
Yeah.
It's a given. It's one of those like, of course, it's a classic. But like, if you like as a
Because you
baseball
were allowed
fan,
to watch it as such a young kid that you like.
yeah, and
loved it.
I think Sandlot was more of like it's more of nostalgic for like as a kid playing with your friends.
Sure.
You know, that are just really. And it's not about like specifically like the sport itself. Like it doesn't really.
Being
But
a
that's
kid,
why like
yeah.
like as a truly fan of baseball and everything, like those movies like Moneyball and stuff that really explain the
I'm
game.
not a baseball fan, and I enjoyed Moneyball. Because,
Okay, yeah.
Because I like people who like things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
It's
I like
interesting.
passionate people. I've
Yeah.
been throughout my life, if I'm not passionate about it, I can't focus on it. I can't learn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just seeing like, was it Billy Bean? Is that his
Yeah,
name?
Billy Bean.
And it's just like how he is with everything and how he's willing to adapt and like learn new.
And it's based off a true story, but yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt's so hot right now. Right,
Always.
guys? Jonah Hill.
Let's watch this preview real quick. That way, you never heard of this movie, have you? Everybody wants
no,
some?
not
Okay.
at all.
You
Not
can get a
until
little
today.
idea of it. The soundtrack is awesome too, dude.
This ain't high school, man. We're at a new level here. You have not earned teammate status yet.
I'm watching this shit today, dude.
I'm gonna watch it.
Until you do, you're nobody.
Fucking.
Dude, they have a baseball house? We had a baseball house.
We got to get back to that.
No girls upstairs in those bedrooms. I'm seriously worried about these new guys. Play a good game, man. We have a little tradition welcoming the new guys. Freshman batting practice. Welcome to the big time, boys.
And it has Glenn Pell, Top Gun. Like, I think this is what kind of popped him off.
Already letting them at the baseball houses.
You should be investing this energy elsewhere.
Lesbians.
Quiet guy in the backseat.
There's nothing new. Yeah, I can see like it gets threatening. New guy coming in, getting all the ladies. That was a joke. I got your joke right here. Did he just call it a joke? That's what he implied.
It's such a fun movie, dude.
It's a great movie, man.
Journalism major.
But anyway, it's just going to go into more about it. But the thing, I'm going to say this, the thing I like about the movie is when you watch it, they don't show a lot about baseball.
No.
They just show the practice. They don't even get into the season and everything. It's just it's the first, for the freshmen, it's like their first semester. So it's them getting on the team, going to this baseball house, kind of like a mini frat, but like for baseball players. And like, it just shows like, it just looks so fun. Like you're playing the sport that you love. A lot of these guys in the movie, they show like they want to be in the majors. So like you see like that, but then you also see like the fun part of it, like being with your boys and like partying and like, you know, smoking weed and like college life, but also with the sport part. It's such a great movie. It's so fun to watch, but you actually in a way kind of lived it. You had a
100%.
baseball house, so
100%.
please elaborate.
So when I tell you that this encapsulated what it was to be a college baseball player, dude, it like top to bottom. It was I wouldn't say exactly, obviously the time period is very different. But it was the closest thing that we could get to what we were experiencing. Because like I said, a lot of the baseball movies that we know and love are very, very Disney-like, right?
Yes.
And I think we all have an understanding of what that kind of is, right? You have, you know, these individuals, they have an issue, they work hard to resolve it, and it gets resolved.
Yeah.
In this movie, there was not necessarily like a point of like, oh, that's where the issue was solved. Like now everything is all good. They live happily ever after. It was more of a real life experience of what the day to day could look like. One of the things that I absolutely love about this movie was the way that they define themselves, because that's how I defined myself for 22 years of my life. Was they're going through these like pre-semester stands of like, join the ROTC for this, or join the book club, or join this club. And one of the guys that has already been there a year makes a note and says, you don't got to worry about all that, because when the girl that you're hooking up with gets asked by her friends what it is that you do, she's not going to say that you're a business major. She's not going to say that you're in communications. Yeah. She's not going to say that you're in science. She's going to say you're a baseball player.
He's a ball player. My man's a ball. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And that's all that she needs to know. That's all her friends need to know.
You don't need hobbies on the side. You're a fucking baseball player.
People would ask me like, what I do when I was in college and I would meet someone new, that was my response because that's all I knew. That's literally all I knew.
You weren't a business major.
No,
You weren't or whatever.
I was in communications, but I didn't give a fuck about it because all I cared about was to pass my classes to be able to play. So that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's like people would say, "Oh, so what do you do?" I'm a baseball player. And that was pretty much the gist of it, you know.
Yeah.
And the movie does such a good job, and I almost like it was one of those movies that it's like they know what it is to be in our position. I wish that they had the opportunity to do like a number 2.
Me too.
You
I
know
want
what I'm
more.
saying?
When the movie ended, I wanted more. I
dude,
wanted the
yeah.
season to start. I wanted to see how. Like I
Yeah.
want. Yes, I dude. Same.
100%.
It was such a great film. Like I said, like it's funny because the movie ends when the semester starts. When the movie starts, it tells you like a countdown to the beginning of the semester. So all the movie is just the weekend leading up to the first semester of college for a lot of these guys, and it ends pretty much with them in class, and they're like, "Sit back, relax. Like this is going to be our life for the next 4 years. Baseball and partying, and like they don't even mention the school part. It shows the first class. It shows the guy like he's like, yeah, cool, man, and then just takes a nap because it's like school doesn't matter. The reason they're there is for baseball.
Yeah.
But no, dude, it's such a fun movie to watch.
It was the first movie that I ever saw that like the language, the slang around it, the actions, and like the, how would I call it? Like the extracurriculars, it all made sense. Like it all made sense to me. It's like, that's what we fucking do. Like, are we that stereotypical? But it's like, yeah, maybe we are, you know, and that's cool. That's okay.
Well, stereotypes are stereotypes because they're true, and then this guy obviously did like a true interpretation, like he either did his research, maybe he played. I don't know if Richard Linklater played ball, but like just cinematically, it looks like Dazed and Confused. It looks like his other movies.
It's Dazed and Confused baseball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another part I like in the movie that clicked in my head, like to have a winning team, is like there's that part when they're playing ping pong and the guy gets so fucking pissed
Super
that he loses.
competitive, yep.
And one of the guys is like, dude, like why does he get so crazy? It's just a game. And one of the guys explains to him like, but look at everyone in this house. Look how competitive we are. To something as simple as, remember when they're doing the flicking the knuckles?
Yeah.
And like you can see it in their face. They just want to fucking win. It doesn't matter what the game is, if it's quarters or some basic shit. They just want to win. He's like, in order to have a winning team for baseball or a sport, you have to get a bunch of guys that just want to win at any cost. Beer pong, the stupidest game you could think of, they're getting frustrated because they're like, I need to be a winner in this. And you need that to have a winning team. And like, before you even see the season, you're like, oh, these guys all have that craving of like, I want to be the best at whatever it is I do.
Also a very toxic trick if you can't control it as an adult.
Yeah,
but yes, you're absolutely right, dude, because we had that and I was that. Dude, I was telling you about the men's league. We lost the game. Dude, I didn't go home and fucking think about the game all night and be pissed. Talk to me 12 years prior. Yeah, bro. My whole day is ruined. You know? Because I was that competitive. And I was wondering why my teammates weren't that competitive. And I was
frustrate
upset.
you even more.
Oh yeah, I was upset with my teammates that are my friends. And I'm asking them like, why aren't you as upset as I am? Like, you should be as upset as I am that we didn't win. You know, you grow as an adult and you become, more mature, and you start realizing like, hey man, those are emotions that are controlling you essentially. But it's 1000% what it is to be a college baseball player. And you do need that competitive edge. Because I do think that even though it's not the best trait to carry on into adulthood as an athlete, and for the small periods of time that you get to participate in that realm, it's needed to be some sort of successful. But yeah, man, I absolutely love this movie, and It baffles me sometimes that I talk to baseball guys and they haven't. It excites me more than anything because I get
introducing them to something
exactly
amazing.
where I'm like, dude, you don't even know. Like, I'm so glad that I got to watch this movie while I was in college, because it was telling our story.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
really cool.
It's such a great movie. You guys listening? Yeah, please check it out. It's fucking awesome. Dude, we have so many topics in such little time, so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to go with next. We obviously know you're a photographer, videographer, but something I do want to get into with you is with your, I want to say your business. You've created Unlucky Media, right? Right?
Yeah.
And that's more of like your clothing brand, I guess you would say.
No, it's Unlucky Media is Unlucky Media. We do photo and video. I happen to make clothing.
And they're dope. That's why I see it as like a clothing brand, because
I appreciate it.
It's clean. It's shit I want to wear. I mean, I bought one of your hats and like,
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks,
I
man.
don't know if you've seen the green hat, the UN I have on. I've worn it before, but anyways. But yeah, so like you have some dope shit. You have a great mind for fashion, and like obviously
Thanks, man.
we're gonna talk about that shirt. But like you wear dope stuff and stuff, so you know what is cool. You know what's hip. You know what you like. You know what other people are gonna like. And it's dope stuff. I mean, I have a sticker right here that's fucking. I'm saying so like.
Thanks, man.
So going back to all that, obviously as the podcast, we've been doing it quite some time now, and on the side we do get some messages like, "Hey, when are we gonna get some podcast merch?" And as much as I want to,
Yeah.
I don't want to half-ass it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As much as I want to just put a slob on the pod on a t-shirt and fucking buy it. Nah, dude, I'm all about fashion as far as like. I know what I like in shirts. I know I've been doing research, man. I love shaka wear. You know what I'm saying? T-shirts, type of hats, the style. I see a lot of people coming out with like, shirts that have like certain things that I'm like, okay, I want to stray away from that. I want to be my own thing. So with that being said, like how do you come up with your stuff? Like how many times have you gone through so many trial and error of like stuff? Like how do you find a final product that you're like, okay, this is something that I want to put my name on. This is something I'm going to charge people for, but I know the money is worth what they're getting, if not more, because dude, you put out some good shit. The prices aren't that crazy. They're easily doable. I mean, they're like affordable, and like they're dope. The material's nice, which is a big thing for me. I hate if I get a nice shirt and then I can't wear it in a month because it shrunk or the neck stretched. You guys, I can see you guys put time in like the type of product and stuff. So
yeah, man.
How'd that all come about?
So first and foremost, like I don't want to be a t-shirt brand that does photo and video. I want to be a media company that just so happens to sell merch.
Yes.
Because I'd rather be the best in that realm than try to compete with a clothing company. I'm not a clothing company.
That's their only focus.
Exactly.
Is the clothing. Yeah.
Exactly. So I will never strive to be a clothing company with Unlucky Media. I will always want it to be Unlucky Media, not Unlucky Streetwear, not Unlucky T-shirts, not Unlucky Clothing. I want it to be Unlucky Media forever and always. And I always want to be in that category, right? Going off of that, I think that there's a part of me that in the past, especially growing up, loved the idea of like Bape, loved the idea of Supreme, loved the idea of even Nike, right? A fucking global company. And I always appreciated what they did as far as how they marketed themselves and why they did certain things, and I think that kind of just follows along with my creative process, and when you ask about when I know what's a final product, dude, there's just this feeling of like it's done. I don't need to do anything more, and it's the response almost seems like, to me, it's like you're not explaining enough, like you should have a more definitive answer, right? But there's truly like it's just a feeling. If I see something and I'm not comfortable with it, I'm just gonna keep changing it and moving it around until I am comfortable. And sometimes that happens really quick, and sometimes it happens so slow that maybe I worked on something a year ago and I'm like, nah, I'm just not feeling it. you know, and for whatever reason, it comes back up, or I remember, and I pull it up, and I'm like, oh, this is what I was going for, and I, you know, make a few changes, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, that's what we needed.
Yeah.
You know, dude, it happens when in the moment, I feel like, wow, how did this come about? Like, did the universe just kind of align, and then I just magically did it? But I think it happens more often than not, where, especially in times where I feel like I'm at a crossroads or like having a pivot, I go back to something that's a little bit older, and I'm like, oh, this just needed a few adjustments and it's ready to go, you know? And that's how I found a few of my, you know, ideas or designs or, you know, whatever.
Creativity in general is like that, man. Like we experience that with our, say we write a joke, you know, it's like, I just tried it 3 times in a row and it didn't get anything. Well, scrap it in the sense that maybe like to put it off to the side, but don't lose it forever. Cause then today in the shower, I thought of something, you know what I mean? And I go, oh, that's what that was missing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, now I'm going to try that again this week.
Yeah.
And not only that, but like going back and not so much scrapping it, but revisiting it is there's a difference from when you first start stand up, like specifically stand up.
Yeah.
There's a difference when you first start it and you come up with some bits and you haven't been doing stand up. You're for the first time actually getting up on the mic. The more you start surrounding yourself with it, you learn what's funny. You learn timing and all that stuff. So then you leave it off to the side. So like, there's been times where, you know, about a year or two into like doing stand up that I remember going back to like my notes all the way scrolling to the bottom and being like, oh wait, now that I've done more stand up and I've learned what's funny and I learned what, you know, how to structure a joke, I find something very basic that when I first started out was like nothing, but now I'm like, oh, I see where I was going with that. I can add to that because I've now practiced it so much where I've actually gone up on the mic and I've actually done it to where I'm like, oh wait, I can turn that into something now. Like you get funnier, you get more. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, Emil? Like
For sure.
Yeah, like you.
For sure. I used to make beer professionally, so like I would write a recipe. I would have an idea for like I wrote a recipe in like 2011 that I wanted to make like a sweet and sour beer.
Yeah.
It made no sense at the time, and I was told like that's gross and no one's gonna buy that. So I like just left it in my notebook, right? Cut to 2016, 17, 18.
More experience.
I completely scrapped it. Like I gave up on it. It's in the notebook with the fucking 2010 date on it and everything. But then it became popular in like craft beer to do like sour beers became popular, and then they started mixing sweetness into the sour beers, and then you would get these beers that tasted like lemon meringue pie and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that was like if I didn't abandon it that early on,
It could have been.
I could have gotten there.
You would have been a pioneer in a way. Maybe.
I can't go, that's my idea, because that wasn't my idea. I had the basic version of the idea, but because I completely gave up on it, I never got to see it into anything.
Yeah, of course.
So with designs and stuff like that, you're constantly like, you're sharpening your skill set as you learn and every day. So like, you see something, you know immediately by looking at it. Yeah, that's what that was missing. Yeah.
Exactly. Touching on that, there's this portion of a book that I read. It's called The Creative Way by Rick Rubin. And
such a G.
Yeah. A G in all the terms, like gangster, genius, like you name it. Or the creative act or way of being. That's what it is.
This one?
Yes. Dude, if you guys have a chance to spare a few minutes throughout your day and read that, it'll do wonders for you. But he talks about ideas and how the universe feeds you those ideas. And if for whatever reason you don't act on those ideas are just gonna go to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like how Emil was saying. It was like he scrapped it. Meanwhile, some guy across the country had that same idea. You know, it just came up, and he followed it all the way through, and he found his way at that lemon meringue, you know, craft beer that made him a ton of money, and that now gets to make even more, or make those ideas, those other ideas that he has, come to life because of that, you know. So it's a great book, and I think about it a lot, especially because being creative, you know, for the majority of my life, at least for sure after I was done playing sports, I ran into instances where I would see things.
Cool if I get some of that?
Go for it, bro.
Can you pass it to me, please?
I don't have a plan on taking that home.
Oh, I mean, it's actually really good. I want to see it with the LaCroix.
It's really good. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, like I would see ideas that would come up, and I would kind of sit in those ideas for a while, and I would realize that I just didn't have the means to make them come about, whether that was artistically or financially or whatever.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean that's a big one. One thing that we'll touch on that right now, but I'll finish my thought.
Yes, sir.
No, you're good. So, I think that I would ponder on how I could accomplish something, and then realize that it was kind of out of my reach. And then, you know, whether that was 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years later, and I would see something and I'd be like, dang, I kind of had that idea before. You know, I thought of that before. And I saw somebody else accomplish it and take it to wherever they thought it needed to go. And in me now in the future, looking at it and thinking, man, I think it could have been better if it was like this or if it was like that. And I think if they would have made this decision, they would have realized that it was better because of XYZ, right?
Yeah.
But it's just part of it, right? It's like you might have that idea in your hands for a moment, but eventually, if you don't do anything with that idea, it's gonna get passed on to somebody else, whether you like it or not. And going back to the financial kind of obstacles that you mentioned, dude, more often than not, for me, I feel like it's more of the artistic capability that gets in the way than the financial. Not because I have the unlimited amount of money to be able to do whatever I think about, right? More so than I feel like a lot of my ideas, I realize that the financial portion of it isn't necessarily what's going to make or break it. It's going to be able to speak this idea into existence artistically. That's the biggest objective. And that doesn't necessarily require a large amount of money, you know. But it's also part of the cool thing, that, you know, when you're able to see something all the way through, because you took whatever idea it was that you had, and you did take it to the furthest extent that you needed to take it. And then once you reach that point and you tell yourself like this is where it needed to be, it's like a sense of accomplishment. It's almost like finishing like a race or a tough workout. It's like I did it and I saw it all the way through, from conception all the way until the finished product. It's a really cool feeling, and I think it's one of those things that it's like it keeps my work exciting, because, you know, even in my work, I feel like it can get repetitive.
Oh yeah.
And it can get very like, okay, just go through the motions, do whatever you do all the other times, and it'll be fine. Which in one sense, it's fine to have, you know, kind of that muscle memory and be a kind of creature of habit. But in another, it's like, are you really pushing it to what it could potentially be? If you're just falling back on being, you know, safe, you know, and going back to just what you know every single time.
Yeah.
And there's pros and cons about it. You know, there's no right or wrong. I just think that it's one of the things that arise, especially when you're in a creative workspace, that if you're asking yourself those questions, it's a good thing. You know, and if you're not, then maybe it's fine. You know, maybe it's fine. Maybe you're going to be okay without asking yourself that. But I do enjoy that I bring that up to myself, of like, are we really taking it to the furthest extent that it can go? Or am I just comfortable with everybody being okay with it and we're just gonna move on to the next thing.
And see, that's something I want to ask too. Is whenever you make the final product, is it something that you're like, I like it, and I hope everyone else does, or are you trying to appease everyone else? You see the waves of certain types of shirts or
Trends.
design trends. Yes, you see trends and you try to follow those trends, or are you putting something out and you're like, I like it. This is what I want to wear, and I hope other people want to wear it, because that's where I'm kind of back and forth with my designs when I'm coming up with the stuff I've been coming up with, where I'm like, I like it, I would wear it, but is that the approach I should take with it, or should I be like, well, I mean, I don't know, but a lot of people usually don't wear this kind of color, or they don't wear this type of font, or a lot of people don't like big designs on a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever it is. Yeah. Do I appease to them, or do I just like, well, I like it, and I'd rather put something out that is going to make me happy, opposed to like, I know everyone else is going to like it. I don't really like it, but kind of like going back to stand up. When I do jokes, I try to write jokes that are funny to me. I never write a joke and like, I don't think it's that funny, but I think it's going to get some laughs. Yeah. It's more of like, I want to have fun doing it on stage as well. I don't want to put an act on. I want people to know that I want them to believe what I'm saying is funny, not I'm putting it out and it's like, you think it's funny, right? Like it's like a little dead giveaway joke, but it makes them laugh, so I guess I'll keep doing it. Going back to, with your designs, like, do you do like, you put them out and you're like, I like it and I hope everyone else does, or do you try to follow a trend and try to get like other people's opinions as well?
It's exactly how you mentioned the writing jokes. If I like it, that's all that matters. Okay. More so because I don't have the responsibility of a corporation or a major company that 100, 200 people rely on my actions, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still within the means of whatever I do directly affects me, and it might trickle down to those who work around me, but more often than not, it won't. So I'm in the comfort, and I feel like maybe you guys, might represent yourself in this category as well. That my actions are my own, and if I decide to do something a certain way, it'll positively affect me or it might negatively affect me. I'm completely okay with putting a shirt out or a design out, not even a shirt, just a design in general that has, skeletal praying hands and a rosary wrapped around it with my logo on it. Someone might be offended by that, and I'm okay with that repercussion of someone
with like
being,
religion, and tying it into like fashion,
and then
I like to wear swastikas.
I think they look cool. I know the symbol stands for something bad, but I mean,
but they remind me of ninja stars, and I think that's super tight.
Yeah, it looks like if you slow down a fan, like you could have a fan in this. I would sometimes I want a swastika fan. You know what I'm saying? But like I get, I totally understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Jair's like, that's not what I mean, but
that's
okay.
not what I meant at all. Yeah.
The Nazis were not a religion.
Hey, some people might say different.
So like, I'm okay. Going into my sort of sense of humor that you guys might relate to as well is I crack jokes about fucking priests raping kids.
Sure.
Oh, that's
I fucking
hilarious.
I do it every fucking
there's
chance
ice
that
in that cup, by the way, if you guys want me.
Cool, thank you. I do it as often as I can. I don't know fucking why. I wasn't touched, bro. Sure. But I just think it's so funny.
It's out there. It's in the ether. It's material. Like people relate to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe growing up, going to Catholic school every summer, maybe that makes me relate to it a little bit more, and seeing past certain things, seeing past the way that we should act or the things we should not do. And that's how I carry myself in business. That's how I carry myself in my personal life. And I'm just okay with the repercussions that it comes with. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if I'm not directly trying to put somebody down, and yet someone still feels bad about the things I say or put out, that's their own problem to deal with, not mine.
It kind of goes back to what we're talking about. It's the intention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were, talking about that, but like you're not putting it out to offend anybody. The intentions are meant in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like people that I've seen designs of like brands where they use God and stuff. They use like the Virgin Mary and stuff, and like their intentions aren't to offend, people that are into that stuff. Their intentions are like, this looks dope on a shirt.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all it means. But people do read into that and they're like, oh, what the fuck? Was he making fun of? Was he blasphemy? Is he making fun of Jesus? And God? Like, no.
Before I put on this shirt, by the same company, by the way, I put on a shirt that was a Virgin Mary that was all the way across, like here, right here. And I love that shirt. I think it's a dope shirt.
Yeah.
And it's by the same company that I'm wearing right now. I'm not offended by it. If anything, it speaks to how I grew up.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate enough to have been able to have conversations with the owners of this company and designers of this company. So it's cool. Like I kind of get their vibe, even whether it's just a conversation or two. I realize that a lot of their background is symmetrical with my background. They grew up similar to how I grew up. And so when I wear that shirt, I realize that that's where they were coming from, because that's where I was coming from.
Yeah.
They just so happen to be Dodger fans like I am. So they made a Dodger shirt with all the World Series that they won, and yeah, man, it's one of those things that it's like the same way that people won't connect with you is this exact way that people will connect with you, and I think that's one of those things where being politically correct at every aspect of your journey or business or whatever, that's when you lose that sense of self or personality more than anything. With your people that are supporting you, that are buying those products, that are cheering you on as you go along your business. But yeah, man, I think it's one of those things where it's like, I get it. Dude, I've literally gotten messages after I post like a story about anything. There's this one story that I posted that was Jesus with all the disciples like behind him wearing ski mask and like a spray can, and then
That's hard. That's kind of dope.
And then the picture in the bottom was like the devil's gay. And I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so hilarious.
Funny,
So I posted it. Dude, I get a message from a guy, and he's just like sends me the laughing faces, right? And then he calls me like immediately, and he's still laughing. And I'm like, I know why you're laughing, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, that post you posted is hilarious. He's like, if I posted that, I would have 3 of my clients like cancel on me today.
Yeah.
He's in a different realm of business, that requires, I would hate to say requires, but like he feels like he has to be a certain person to appease his clientele, right?
To stay in business. Yeah.
And so what that conversation was like, and it reminded me that I have to book with you because I need to do this, and that. And dude, for me, I just managed to put myself in a position where being myself keeps the people that are around me,
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. I remember that phone call and hanging up and realizing like the worst thing I could ever do to myself is try to abide by everyone's rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dude, I you guys will probably know this even more because you're in comedy and people feel a certain way about comedy in general. But dude, the moment you try to box yourself in to where everybody likes you, that's the moment that everybody's going to be like, I'm good.
That's where I have issues, is because like with comedy, that's kind of, you do want everyone to laugh.
Yeah.
So you want to be funny. If you're not, if you're 1, 2, 3 years in, like our local scene, it's like,
You want ice for another one? Or?
Yeah, sure.
you might not know how to get to a point. Sorry. You might not know how to get to a point where you can get laughs and not compromise. You might have to compromise a little bit. You might have to do something that feels a little corny. It feels a little hack. Yeah. What do you want? You want tequila or mezcal?
I got the mezcal.
All right. Got it. And so it's like, yeah, you're adapting a little bit. You're not so much, you're still acknowledging the fact that like I'm doing this because like I want to be entertaining and I want to be funny and or I'm doing this design because I know more people will like it, but I also like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not doing something I don't like. Like
you don't believe. Yeah.
If I make the conscious creative decision of like, you know what, I'm gonna do more material about like my family, and yeah, it's still good. I'm still gonna cuss and I'm still gonna say some off the wall concepts of like, whoa, that's how you reacted, or that's where your brain went. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. I'm okay to pivot off that. But still, like the general content of it is like a more relatable thing.
Yeah.
Versus if I go out there and just, hey, I hooked up with this girl once, and you know what I mean? And then like that doesn't feel true to me either. You know what I mean? Yeah. So with designs, I feel like it's a thin line. Maybe, I mean, you could speak to this between like, yeah, those guys put the Dodgers and all their championships on a shirt, and that's dope. But it's like, how many baseball teams are there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So they were speaking to a specific crowd.
and a culture. Like,
100% a culture. Yeah, of course. So, and I think that's what makes me relate to them even more, in a sense of like, their stuff is pointed, it's for a culture. It's for a people, and I think and this is just, theory, right? I haven't been able to talk to them to this extent, but I think that they've gotten to a point where they're okay with living within that culture and speaking to that culture specifically.
Yeah.
And that's, dude, I'll ride with that.
But that's where alignment comes in. If these guys were like, Minnesota Twins fans, and they were like, we're just gonna do like twin stuff. It's just like, all right, so you're just gonna sell it to Minnesota fans, but things aligned with them creatively. Like there are people who, I'm not a baseball fan. I went home and like no one in my family was a Dodgers fan, but like as a baby, I had like a Dodgers onesie because I was born in LA. It was
it's part of it.
It instilled in you. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, even something like that. Like, I'm a Padres fan. I mean, Dodgers are our rivals, but I mean, put aside baseball part of it. I want that shirt.
You want that?
I'm not a Dodger
You'd
fan,
rock
but
it?
that shit's clean, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get a picture before you go. The back. I want to show the
that's
back.
how I feel about like old
so dope.
Diamondback stuff.
Yeah, dude,
I'm
I
like,
love the purple and the
so
fucking
sick.
the old school colors,
The pinstripes and the purple.
dude, I
dude.
love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And especially like being a hardcore like baseball fan, especially of your team, you understand the backlash you'll get from other people being like, "Why are you wearing that?" Like, I thought you were a hardcore Padres fan. It's like, dude, but this is so dope. Like, dude, I hate the fucking Dodgers, but bro, I think a clean hat is the blue with the white LA.
white.
It's a dude. I saw a
staple.
picture of Paul Walker wearing it. I was like, bro, that's a dope hat.
Yeah.
He made it look clean, and I'm like, I'm not a Dodger fan. I'm a hardcore Dodger fan, but I want a Dodger hat, dude. Like, other than the team, their designs are cool. What they stand for, they're huge in the Chicano like with
Life.
the people. Like everyone, if you're a Dodger fan, more than likely you're probably Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just relates to those things. And so it's like when it goes back to like just the design part. But real quick, I want to say this.
Okay.
Going back to your design with the disciples wearing the ski mask and the devil's gay and
So
shirt.
that wasn't my design.
No,
it
no,
was
okay.
something I reposted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That I died over. And it just got a conversation started.
Okay, so that design you found and you reposted it ever, but like I can see where it's Jesus and then it's like devil's gay and stuff, and people are like somewhat getting offended by it. But it reminds me of this thing I heard. I don't know if it's a joke or something or it's like a meme or whatever, but it says something like the other day in church, like mid church, I just stood up and I was like, "Fuck the devil," and they kicked me out of church, and I was like, "I thought we hated this motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like that. It's like, why are you getting offended? Like, we're rooting for Jesus on this. We're taking it a little different. And, we're kind of going against like what,
against the grain.
But we're also being like, the devil's whack. Isn't that what we all thought that was? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you getting offended by it? So I just thought that was cool. But no, I need to see this design now.
Dude, if I find it again,
Please send it to me. Maybe
to
before I'm done editing, I can put it up.
Heck yeah. So one thing about the team thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that can correlate a little bit with sticking to your guns a little bit, or just having your kind of moral standards met in certain situations. Because just because you don't agree with the team that somebody's rooting for or whatever, doesn't mean you can't look at a shirt or a hat or whatever and be like, that's pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
XYZ thing. It could be the uniform, the stadium, whatever. And I feel like that with everything that I do, in a sense of like, if you don't agree with who I am or what the company represents, that's perfectly fine. If you say that the design isn't good or that doesn't look good, and you have your reasoning behind it, that's perfectly fine too. If for whatever reason you come across something that I make and you like it, but you don't agree with me, who I am as a person, or what the company stands for, that's almost like, damn, that's like almost like double the respect that I feel, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you liked what I did or like my output, but you don't agree with me, so you're just not going to participate in what I got going on. And I almost feel like that's even more of a
Because you
of
got
a
someone,
win.
you got a hater to like your shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like when maybe somebody doesn't want to be a part of what I got going on, and still likes what I'm doing.
You don't want them to be a part of it.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah.
But the acknowledgement that like you're on the right path, but someone who's not even like aligning with you as a person is gonna like your output and your creativity and like what you create.
Yeah.
That's dope. Dude.
Is it almost like one of those things where it's like, dude, that's a dope ass shirt. I could
wouldn't
never.
wear it?
No, not so
Yeah.
much. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
They want to, but going back to like they have an image, they have like maybe the job, whatever, or like they have clients and they see them in that type of shirt and they're like, oh, like I don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
It's not so much that they wouldn't. I couldn't wear that.
Yeah.
But that's almost like, I don't know. It's almost like that's cool. Like I appreciate that. I respect that. I respect that you have an image, you have a job, you have a career that relies on that image, and I appreciate that you even reached out to me and let me know, like, dude, if I could, I would buy that and I would rock the shit out of it. But
enough to get some sort of reaction from them to go out of their way to tell me.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit feels really cool.
Yeah,
honestly, dude. I mean, in general, when I get people messaging me about things, I'm like, damn, you guys really want this shit? Like, dude, there's times I don't believe it. I'm like, you really want to wear my company on your fucking chest?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to think, to me. But then at the same time, I'm like, dude, I see it. I'm like, yeah, this is a dope ass shirt. Yeah, fuck yeah, man, we're fucking killing it for us, for me, for the people around me. But then when an outsider is like, dude, when are these gonna go on sale? Like, I need one, this and that. I'm like, oh shit, like, dang, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So there's almost like a pride in it, and then you get like this weird, like, humbling experience of like when people are like reaching out to you, of like, dude, as soon as you drop these, like, let me know, like, yada yada. And then to myself, I'm like, I almost like become little. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, like, thanks. You
like it?
Yeah,
You like me?
exactly, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
so it's one of those things.
It's got to be a great feeling though, man.
It's a good feeling. It's a good
someone
feeling.
to reassure your feelings. You're like, I think this is dope, and you get a bunch of people that are messaging you like, when you gonna drop that? I'm trying to buy one now. Can I pay you now pre-sale? Like, and you're just like, oh shit, like,
you really like
you
this?
fuck with this?
Yeah,
Damn, all right,
exactly.
cool. Like, yeah, dude, it's got to be such an amazing feeling.
It's really cool. And like I said, up to this point, like, I don't want to ever be looked at as like a clothing company ever.
No.
I don't ever want to be that. And I might bite my tongue one day, right? But I'd rather bite my tongue one day than kind of leave it up for grabs of like, yeah, maybe, we'll
Maybe we could
see
be a clothing
what
company.
happens. No, I want to be definitive
Yeah.
on what we do. The merch, and that's what it'll be. It'll be merch. Is always going to come secondary to our business. And if it ever expands to a point in my lifetime of like, yeah, it's going to go beyond that, then that's another thing I would have to tackle and experience, and it would come with its own kind of like realizations and emotions and stuff. But no, dude, right? I think right now it's a perfect thing. One thing that I do realize is like, I I've been in a fortunate situation of people asking and me just not being able to provide. So now it's like, okay, man, like step up before this thing kind of cools off, and whatever you were doing, you know, kind of fades, and then by the time you start doing it, people aren't as excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just been a reality, dude. Coming up, like you were saying, with picky about, you know, how the material feels, and
that's a big thing for me.
Oh my gosh, dude. I never knew I was this picky. I always consider myself not picky, considering on the food that I eat. Dude, I'll eat it, dude. You just say Mexican food, I don't care what kind of Mexican
You say food, I'm fucking down.
I'm down. I'm down, bro. Like, I'm down to go, you know, so I always consider myself pretty like, whatever, you know, it's all good. Nah, man. When it comes to like the shirts, the hats that I choose, the colors that we wear, dude, it's been rough. It's been rough, and it's also been fun. So it's like, it's kind of goes hand in hand, because I've bought in, I don't know how many blanks I've bought up until this point, but I finally have, like, this is it. Like, I've tried everything else, literally everything that I could get my hands on. I tried, and I don't like it, or this just beats it because of XYZ reason.
But you also, I'm sure, like, I've done it recently. You saw, remember that I got that brown shirt that it's just shaka wear.
Right.
I kind of fell in love with it. I like the high neck. I wear chains, so I don't like a loose neck where the chain kind of falls into the you know, if it gets
Do you
too
like
loose.
this neck?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But that's not what is it? Is it Pro Club or nothing? No, huh?
I have no clue. This is a company that
okay. But like
those guys that I know.
like Pro Club. I know that's a big. They're beautiful. They're very thick. They're heavy weighted. I love that. They're a little extra bigger than they should be. But the neck, I think, is a little too tight high up. But shaka wear, I think, was it was on the neck, not choking me.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I had to pull it, stretch it out.
Yeah.
The chain was like hanging nice on it. So yeah, I've gone through all that stuff. But I assume, like, with your stuff, because like I want to put it through all the tests. I want to work out in it. I want to throw it in the dryer. I want to see how long it lasts until it shrinks. I want to, if the design fades, like, there's so many tests.
Dude, I feel like we could have a whole podcast.
Dude,
on justice.
I know, and we need to have you back, because my girl's blowing me up. I didn't realize it's almost 3. The movie starts at 3.
Oh shit. Okay.
But dude, I fucking love you, man.
Appreciate that,
I don't
bro.
want to cut
Love
you
you.
off, and
No,
we have
no, not
so
at all.
much. I mean, I have so many more topics.
Dude, we literally went through 3 things. We have so much more.
Yeah.
But dude, you're such a you're not a guest that I've had on where I'm like, I'm trying to pull stuff out of you. Like,
Gotcha.
you're giving me stuff, and we're working
feel
on
that.
it. And this is gonna be a great episode. I'm looking forward to editing it.
Thanks, man.
And I think we should end it there. We had the prison thing, but I think we'll hold off on that. I don't think anyone knows about that yet. So
Yeah, it's still
maybe-
low key.
Yeah, so maybe we can hold off to another episode. Maybe we do a part 2. I don't know, man. But
Cool.
Everyone give it up for Jair Delgadillo. Thank you, brother.
I'll give it up. I'll give it up for you guys.
Yeah, dude.
We're going to a
thank you,
baseball
brother.
game.
Thank
Let's
you,
do
man.
it.
We're gonna we'll be out. Guys, go on, follow at was it Bullfrogs on Instagram?
Yuma
I'll put the
Bullfrogs?
at right here.
Yeah,
Yuma
Yuma
Bullfrogs.
Bullfrogs, and then my company's Unlucky Media.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so yes, my bad. I was making sure no one was dying. You're good. Yeah, she's like, you're still coming, right? But yeah, I mean, please follow Jair. He's got amazing shit. I mean, on top, we didn't even get to like the videography, photography part, but obviously before Emil came on, we've had previous episodes with you, so we've kind of talked about that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah,
guys
we've
want,
talked about it.
please go back and review the episodes with me and Jair, and Eric. Like, we get into like videography, photography, and stuff like that. And I'm sure by now things have, dude, you're popping, bro.
I appreciate
You put out
it.
amazing work.
Thank you, man.
I want to say this too, like, on top of your clothing brand, like you're coming out with cool clothing, shit that everyone wants to wear, but at the same time, you don't have to pay someone to like, hey, can you like make a little video for me? You have that.
Yeah.
You have it. You're like your own
Internal.
little company. You're making dope product, as well as you're making, like, when you make the videos and you make people like, you know, take photos of them in the fit. I'm like, dude, I could wear a fit like that. I need that shirt to match. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you make it to where I'm like, I need that shirt. I want that shirt. It's a dope shirt. I want to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so man, I
appreciate it.
you're such an amazing person. I mean, here in Yuma, I'm just gonna rant on this real quick, but like, I've always said this. You and Eric, it's crazy that you guys had a dream in like high school,
Yeah.
and like, you guys are living off your dream. Your job is to do what you've always wanted to do. You want to shoot photography. You want to do videography. You want to make clothes. And you're getting paid to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have a 9 to 5. You don't have a boss. You are your boss. And not only are you making it work, you're making ends meet, you're above and beyond, man. I mean, you're doing well for yourself. You have amazing cameras. I know they're fucking expensive, so I know it costs money. So I know you're doing the work to make the money for it and all this stuff. So I could rant on about you. I've always loved you guys. I think what you guys do is fucking amazing.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna tear up, dude. I'm getting all sad. I can't watch this
You're gonna
fucking
make me
movie.
tear up now, bro. Shit,
But,
I didn't realize what I'm doing.
No, dude, it's just having
I
such
did all that.
having such close friends that I can talk to about this. Like I see, do you know about Blasey in LA?
Yeah.
I see his shit and I'm like, I want to get into that guy's head. I want to see like what he does and like how he comes. I have you guys. You guys are my Blasey here in Yuma, and like it's just so dope, dude. You guys are living your dream. You guys are getting paid for it. You guys are living the life. You guys are traveling. You guys go on awesome trips. You guys are like, oh, dude, I can't go out Saturday because I can't go. I can't do a podcast Saturday because I got a photo shoot in fucking Calabasas or fucking Cabo or I gotta fly to fucking Paris this weekend because I gotta do a photo shoot. It's like, bro, you guys are on top. You guys are fucking dope. I mean, you guys are gonna make it out of Yuma. Whether you stay in Yuma and your shit blows up, you guys are on fire.
There's something about Yuma, man. It just keeps you in here. And
They love
some people could take that as a bad thing. Some people could take it as a good thing. I absolutely love where I live. I absolutely love the people that are here, and I am 100% a product of here.
Yes.
And I'm just grateful more than anything, and I think a lot of people in my position could say the same thing. Is that people can see or have a glimpse of what goes on here, and they're always excited about it, dude. I always get messages to this day like, I want to go to Yuma. I've never been to Yuma. You know, of people that I've worked with or met that they love Yuma. They see Yuma from an outside, the way that I see it, you know, and they kind of get a taste of it, the way that we experience it. And yeah, man, I love being in Yuma. I love being around the people that I'm around. You being one of them, Emil being now one of them.
Thank you,
dude, no, man, we've done everything that has seemed right up until this point. Fortunately enough, it's worked. I don't say lucky because that kind of goes against my brand. but it's genuinely that. Like I'm appreciative and that I've been that fortunate. You know, I think the only lucky people on earth are the people that are like royalty or something like that, or that win the lottery twice. So that leaves the rest of us to be unlucky. but yeah. So I like I said, it's just we're in the great spot that we've managed to kind of highlight, and we've been able to just put ourselves in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna end it there.
Cool.
I love you guys.
Love you.
Make sure you guys
Thank you
check
for
out
coming, bro.
Jair's stuff. Check out his Instagram. I'll post everything right here. Please go look at it. Please go watch Everybody Wants Some. You guys will understand.
Oh,
Whether you're a
you'll
baseball
love it.
fan or not, please check
You'll
it
love
out.
it.
You'll
You'll
love it.
absolutely
It's
love
a
it.
fun movie, fun time. It's hilarious. Make sure you guys follow the podcast at Slobs on the Pod on Instagram, on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Please subscribe, guys. Also, please view and watch
On the TikTok.
on the TikTok. Please go to the TikTok, guys.
Go to
I'm
the
posting a
TikTok.
lot of clips there.
As long as it's not banned, Slobs on the Pod will be there.
Yeah, this is our second
Right?
account. So this is our second account. So hurry up and go watch the clips before we get banned again. And I gotta put the slobs with 4
Are you
S's
saying
this time.
TikTok's gonna get banned?
Well, yeah, simultaneous. I guess that's like a double.
fuck,
That's a double
dude.
meaning.
It's a race against the clock, bro. Let's go.
I'd be pissed if we start popping and then TikTok gets
Imagine.
banned. The
Dies.
whole app, it's
All
like,
of a sudden,
it's not
yeah.
even my fault. But I love you guys. I love you, Emil. Jared, I love you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. We're out. Let's fucking end this. Hey, play the song. We're out.